Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town. The sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurter. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 308.
Returning sexiest podcast on the network.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn it, we need a hype man right there.
I know, we really do.
Yeah. Hope everybody enjoyed the clip show from last week.
You say clit show?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Whoa.
You missed a doozy, my friend.
But what happened?
2 hours of nothing but clits. made for great radio.
Right?
Yeah.
First ever video performance with Salty Language.
Yeah. Yeah, I just did voiceover work.
It's like Dances of Wolves, but
yeah,
way naughtier.
Well, you know at Christmas how they have the log on a fire videos that just play in a loop? That's basically what it was. I just spliced together a whole bunch of clit clips and well, wait, that sounds really bad. We're not talking
necklace.
Yeah. Clit videos.
Although that could be our new video website.
Clit clips.
Clit clips.
That sounds barbaric. It sounds more like that's the
like quick circumcisions.
yeah. Like, oh, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think we're supporting that at all. So
I wish I could do like your stereotypical, tribal accent.
No,
let's start advertising.
Seems like a bad idea, I think.
Come on down. Are you in a hurry?
Oh, God. I don't think you want to hurry a circumcision. That seems like a bad call. I don't care if it's, no matter what it is, if it's a bris or, this other kind of thing. I'm pretty sure you want them to take their time with it.
Well, if it's not at quick, God, I can't even talk. Not at clit clips.
God, I want to name the
it's
show.
It's like the Borix for.
Yeah, I get ya. Yeah.
Female circumcision.
Oh, I hope it doesn't go as badly as haircuts from there. No.
Well, what are you going to do? That's
for $6.
You have trainees in there.
Yeah, I was going to say for $6, what do you want? Yeah.
Right.
Yikes.
Of course, when you sweep the floor up.
Oh, God. Oh. All right, then.
Terrible.
Well, I'm sure everyone's glad you're back.
Yeah, right? This is the kind of class I bring to this program, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a cookie cutter. Well, that'd be weird. Because a cookie cutter clit removal station. But if they're using a cookie cutter, that's even weirder.
Well, again, at $6, what do you want?
Yeah, it's $6. Like, do I have to tip him?
Yeah. Oh, terrible. Right. All right. Wow.
That was fun. I feel like we should just wrap it up.
Yeah, I feel like it too. Some gauze and some.
Like, do you have any butterfly bandages? And I don't mean like the ones with pretty butterflies on them.
That would be odd. They're like, oh yeah, no problem. Jeez. All right then. So let's move on to anything else.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone.
Reasonably sure we should get off the subject.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So nothing really been up with you for the last week, right?
I got nothing. Moving on.
Yeah, I figured I got all sorts of stuff for me though.
No, Brian, I am fresh back in country from our little trip to the island nation of Jamaica.
Right, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, as you, I can't say enough about how amazing that country is, really.
Yeah.
Although, Jeannie and I were talking yesterday, and when we're driving home from the airport way later than we should have, but I'll get to that. I do have mixed feelings about it, though.
Okay.
Because you drive through the country, and it looks poor as fuck.
Uh-huh.
Although she made up a good point with maybe it's like, well, maybe they're fine not living with excess. Like what we see as,
I get
huts and shacks are actually, they're just fine. But it's a possibility.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes me feel weird because all the people that, because we went to a resort and all the people that work there are obviously local with the exception of the German translator lady that I wanted to throw into the ocean. But they're like serving you decadence, basically. Like, oh, here's lobster. Well, not lobster because it wasn't lobster season when we were there. But like, here's a steak that I would love to take home to my family. You know,
right. I get you.
It's kind of an odd feeling, but everyone you talk to seems really happy to be working there, and it's like, well, is that a ploy?
Yeah.
Or are they genuinely happy to be working there? It's weird. It's a weird situation.
It makes sense. I mean, even you think about it, like even places here, where people have garbage jobs and don't make any money, but sometimes you're just like, wow, that is the nicest person I've met in like 3 weeks, at a McDonald's or something like that even, to where it's like, I know you aren't making a lot of money. You probably deal with horrible people all the time, and yet you're still like as nice as can be here. So it's like, how do you always look at something like when we see it as like eating shit sandwiches and then still smiling,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my one hang up of going, but I love going there.
Right.
And I feel like we've made like actual like friends down there that work there because we had a guy remember us from last year. Like I became Facebook friends with another person.
Right.
It's very bizarre. This is also the same person that Neil and Annalise invited to their house for Christmas. And by Neil and Annalise, I mean Neil.
Fair enough.
But I'll get to that too. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, so that's my one weird hang up about it. Because that does seem strange. I mean, and granted, you know, we treat everybody there like they're a person, as you should.
Right.
You know, we don't treat, you know, because I guarantee there's people in there that treat them like garbage.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know, like, I'm on my vacation kind of a thing.
Yeah, like, you're here to serve me. I'm not here to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, when you're on the beach, they give you this red flag that if you stick in the sand, they'll come by and get you a drink. And they're like, hey, what do you want? And we used it once, and then as the lady walked away, Jeannie's just like, I'm so uncomfortable with that. We're never using that again. We'll just walk and get our drink. But then like, Neil brought up a good point.
It's no different than like a waiter or a server at a restaurant.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And if you talk to them, they, you know, they're like, well, you know, that it gives them something to do. Like, they don't want you doing that because they're kind of they're doing their job, basically.
Right. Yeah. If more people did that, then they would no longer have a need for that position. Yeah, I get you.
Right.
Well, I'm sure they still would, because they're still, you know, just like full serve at a lot of places, and gas didn't go away, you know, even though most people are like, I don't want to pay extra, I'll just do it myself, but, you know.
Headbutt?
No, actually, I kicked the mic stand that time.
Oh, damn. I figured that massive noggin took it out.
No, for once I stayed clear.
But I don't have anything in particular order here.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, whatever. But the reason we went down there was for co-host of Crazy Life, co-host of Gotham Lights. Our friend Heno got married.
Yep.
It was incredible. And his wife Sharon, she's an incredible woman, awesome.
Yeah, I have not had the pleasure to actually meet her. I've had a few not conversations even, but basically said hi to her a few times.
She is awesome.
Cool.
She's very cool.
I mean, you kind of figure so, you know, because I can't see Heno really with somebody that's not, but you just never know.
They compliment each other very well.
Right.
You know, and it's just, I don't know, we had a blast where it was great to meet her. Very nice. Big fan. Big fan, Brian. Big fan.
All right.
And, you know, the wedding was gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm sure he'll get into it on the Crazy Life more than I will, but.
Right.
But anyway, you know, so we went there with those guys, Neil and Annalise from Dark Angels Pretty Freaks. A couple, and, you know, I didn't ask about being on the podcast or not, so I'll just leave their names out of it, but a couple of friends of Sharon's.
Right.
And then Neil's parents, which if you listen to their podcast, he's always talking about, you know, all his dad stories.
Yeah.
I tell you, his parents are amazing.
Yeah. They seem like they would be from just the stuff he talks about and whatever. Plus, the couple times or one time, whatever, that they've been on their show, you know, they're a riot. So. His
parents are terrific. And like, his dad really reminds me of my stepdad.
Yeah. Like,
if they ever met, they would just talk all night and probably just hang out at the bar and drink martinis.
Right.
You know, they're very similar people. It was it's pretty funny, and you know, like Neil kept going, guy's very inappropriate. He just says his mind. He's not really like inappropriate. I don't know. I guess I didn't have too many cocktails with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes off the rails.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think Heno explained this to me one time though, because there's a difference in inappropriate. Like, they're Californians, so what's inappropriate there?
Never thought about that.
Isn't as inappropriate in a lot of other areas, you know? Which, you know, interpret that kind of however you want to. It's just, you know, so, and plus, like you and I mean, you know, with the parents, you know, like your dad and my, you know, the way we kind of grew up, we're kind of used to just parents that just kind of say whatever anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, that's kind of who we are anyway, you know, we just kind of spout whatever hits our head a lot of times. So it's like, unless it's like blatantly racist or blatantly something or other, you're like, whoa, you know,
didn't see that one
coming. Yeah. Yeah.
He did what with the glitz?
Yeah.
You spent $6 where?
Yeah.
But no, they're both, and like, you know, it got to the point when as we were parting ways, because we took the same plane halfway home. So we were all together. Like his mom and Jean are like, she's like, if you guys come to California, you just stay with us. We have more bedrooms. I feel like we've been adopted. Like I showed a picture of them to the kids today. I'm like, these are your new grandparents.
Yeah, either that or they're into swapping. It's one or the other. Sorry, Neil.
But yeah, I mean, they're awesome people. Yeah. I'm glad to have finally met them.
Yeah.
And Neil and Annalise, I love those guys too. I mean, it was always great. It's a real bummer that we only get to see them like in situations like this.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they vacation in our region at some point. Because I know you will enjoy their company too. Yeah. But it's just it's like it's weird. It's like it's very strange, Brian. Because now we're like texting all day of them, like, oh, we miss you guys. Look, here's a picture of our dog.
Yeah.
Sucks to be home.
Yep.
It's very bizarre, Brian.
You guys are sad. That's all I can know. Maybe I'm just jealous. I don't know. No, I don't. No. I don't want dog pictures all day. Sorry.
Just a couple.
No.
Oh, fine. Won't be that way.
No. I didn't, I don't plan on accepting pictures from you ever again, in fact, so.
No, but yeah, the wedding was awesome. I'm sure people have seen, the videos online.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. Apparently, Brian, Facebook Live does an auto shift like Periscope does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew?
Like when you're like, we're in landscape mode and I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, I was too busy watching the wedding and not looking at the comments.
Right.
Cause some people were like, turn the phone. I did, I spent the next morning on my phone, with iMovie, and I fixed it.
Yeah.
I think he uploaded a fixed video.
Nice.
I got for some reason, because with my phone, I put it on Periscope from the other angle. Mm-hmm. Like I was standing on the left, I put my phone on the right on a table, periscoping it, but it never saved it to my camera roll.
Oh, that's weird.
I through the Periscope website and the NOAA website, I can download the video, so I'm going to get that to him. Oh, okay. No problem. We'll post it.
That's cool.
Hopefully he'll have it in his Dropbox before the show posts. That's something I'm going to do this weekend. But yeah, I don't know why it didn't save to my camera roll. It's in my settings and everything that had set up, saved the camera roll.
Yeah, that's really
weird.
I
don't know if I missed something. I don't know what happened.
Right.
Weird.
Maybe it was just on vacation,
Maybe.
You look over, your phone's got a red flag up. What the hell are you doing, phone?
But yeah, shoot, dude, it's just I can't speak enough about going there. It's nice to wake up and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Everything's already taken care of unless you do extracurricular activities.
Right.
But the big problem is when everything's taken care of, let me tell you, I came back with some Jamaican LBs.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Well, when you can get continental breakfast taken in your room, which we always did, because we like having coffee on our like little balcony. Mm-hmm. So have coffee and maybe like fruit or pastries or something, and then we go and have breakfast. And then as soon as the bar's open, it's like, well, ready, set, go. Although I never got truly annihilated, which is good.
Yeah.
There's a couple times I could feel myself getting close. Mm. And just went and like took a nap. Like one time we took a nap, I woke up and I was just like, I was like standing on the cliff looking at Hangover Town. Like, ooh, that was close.
Right.
That was close. Yeah. But for the most part, it was a lot of, like, I would order a Red Stripe and get drinks for everybody else. But I'd have the Red Stripe to drink while I was waiting for the drinks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because then they started making the other drinks and I just killed the Red Stripe waiting.
Yeah, sure.
So it's lots of them drinking. And they like, came home last night and we have one of those stupid smart scales that Bluetooth to your phone to keep, track and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, see the sort of damage I wrought on myself.
Right.
I gained 13 pounds.
Wow. That's
for some reason I dropped 3 overnight. I don't know how it's even possible.
Well, we both do. I mean,
nice solid food.
Yeah, obviously. Like, finally, I'm back home.
Jeannie was looking at me on the last thing. She's like, "Yeah, I could tell you put on weight." And I was like, "Dude, I feel it."
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
I can feel, but I'm eating stuff I don't normally eat. I'm having dessert every night.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because you can.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you can have dessert at home too. Like, you can have it whenever you want it. You don't have to go on vacation for dessert.
Well, that's very true. But when it's a nice selection, it's already prepared.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
When they go, would you like to see dessert menu? And you're like, yes. They're like, oh, you have this? I'll take that. And a Jamaican coffee, which is a coffee with a bunch of booze in it.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, is it that actually what a Jamaican coffee is, or is that just what you did to the coffee and called
that's
it?
Okay. Menu, Jamaican coffee.
Well, I'm just making sure, because some people would do that and then call it that,
Oh, no. It's like coffee with the Appleton rum and then whipped cream on top.
All right.
It's delicious, but I mean, of course, more booze too. Why not, right?
Yeah. Well, there you go too. I mean, drinking booze is, a lot is, whoa.
Yeah.
Drinking various amounts of booze is obviously going to add some lbs to you as well, so.
Yeah, that was, I know, I always bounce back quick, so I'm not I was worried about it, but I could tell.
Yeah.
I was like, hold, I could just feel it.
Right. Yeah,
I feel bloated,
Just, all sorts of fiber supplements, a couple robust dumps, and you're back at your fighting weight,
Oh, I'm just bulking, Brian. I'm just bulking.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure, right. You're like, well, if fasting's good for me, clearly eating all the things is also good for me.
Yeah. Well, the food's so good is the problem.
Well, yeah, of course, it makes sense. It's, I think a lot of people are that way though, that, it's, you'll see people make those, those comments that are like, calories don't count on vacation and all that kind of garbage, But I really think that's kind of the mentality. It's like, fuck it, I'm on vacation. I'm going to just have fun, enjoy myself, and then I'll worry about everything else when I get back.
That's kind of how it was, because I brought stuff to work out in, because I have a nice gym there.
Yeah.
And on the first morning I woke up and I'm like, all right, because I woke up so early, because it's in Central Time.
Oh, yeah.
Every morning it was like 4 something and I'm awake.
Right.
No matter how late I stayed up, like normal.
It wasn't 4:20 by chance, was it?
No, no. I didn't participate in the Jamaican Greeners.
Just asking. Okay, all right.
But, so I mean, I could have got up easily and just went and worked out and would have been fine. But I was kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to take a week off because I work out like typically 5 days a week. Fuck it. I'm on vacation. I'm going to be in the ocean swimming and shit. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the scale got me.
I just think you didn't want to work out because there wasn't a variety of old dick, flapping about around you. You just didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Something's off here.
Right?
This isn't what I'm used to.
Not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, let's see here. What all we got here?
Out of curiosity.
Yes.
What
sir.
What would the temperatures have been like if you would have been working out? Well, it's not outdoors, right?
Well, they have an outdoor thing where they do like yoga and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
okay.
Punch bagging out there. Yeah. But it's indoors, air conditioned.
Okay. So that doesn't matter.
It's pretty cool because the windows are constantly covered in condensation.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. What kind of temperature was it while you were there?
Comparable to here.
Oh, okay. So 90 the whole time? Or
it's like high 80s, 90s.
Okay,
it's humid, but you're right. It's always a wind because you're right on the ocean. It rained the first few days, which kind of sucked, but then the sun came out.
Oh, that's...
I mean, it was like being here, but way better.
Yeah, it's like being here, except it didn't suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get you. All right.
Yeah. But we went on the old pub crawl again, which is always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
With one exception, it's a bummer. They always take you to a shanty town.
Okay.
Which is cool. And the first time I went was a shanty town that had a bar. But this place is just a shanty town. And cause people go into pub crawl with stuff for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice because people handle, this one woman had care packages, like toothpaste and shit. Very cool. Neil and Annalise brought candy.
Right.
They, gave some to us to give out because we're like, we don't have anything for the kids.
Good thing that woman brought toothbrushes and toothpaste though, right?
For sure. But man, is it just kind of heartbreaking when there's kids jumping. We stayed in the bus. I'm like, I can't go out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah, I understand.
And that's the one rough part of the pub, because the pub crawl's awesome. Because you go to all these bars around like cliffs and shit, you never see. It's incredible. And you buy a couple beers, give some money to people, whatever. Talk to some of the locals, like we talked to one guy that, the bar he had was called Smile a While. And right outside the bar, there's a sign that just says Magic Mushroom. And then a phone number, and that's apparently his number. And the guy's like, I can deliver anything you want.
Anything,
We're like, we're good, man. We're good. But the pub crawl's awesome just for that reason, And we went to a couple bars we've never been to before near Neil and Annalise, and they're like, they're grizzled veterans of doing this stuff now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that shantytown thing is a little rough.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah. It's interesting because if there's no bar there, it kind of surprises me a little bit that they don't just skip that area.
It's just, and the guy said like, hey, we're going to go to Shantytown. Oh, do you guys have something to give to the kids? And we're like,
okay. Yeah. So it's not like they're doing it to, like, hey, we're at the Shantytown, wink, wink. Next thing you know, you're like, wow, where'd all my golds go? No.
No. Right.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah, it's different, because I was thinking, like, that's kind of, not exactly that, but I was kind of thinking at first, like, when you said there was no bar, I was like, were they just taking people there so they feel bad and give things? Or, because
it's hard
that's
to say.
A little weird. I don't want to put intent on something. I was just, because obviously I wasn't there, so I can't read any of it, but,
No, it's like, it's the first year made sense. Like I said, there's a bar there.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. It's cool, especially like you said, that woman taking the care packages, Neil and Annalise taking things that they're not going to have normally. That's cool that people do that,
Right, so, for sure.
Yeah, I'm never against that kind of thing, No,
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Although, unfortunately, it's like when you look, you see the little kids get the stuff, and then they go right to the adults, and it gets kind of divvied up to the adults.
Sure, yeah.
Which is kind of like a bummer to see, too.
Yeah.
Because one of the bars we went to, it was actually the bar, if you go back from last year, that I gave the kids all the quote-unquote orange juice money to jump off the cliffs.
Okay.
I
don't remember
that. There's these cliff jumping kids, because this one bar is like, there's a platform you can jump if you want.
Okay.
And
wow, that is really something, a bar and then a cliff you can jump off.
There's several of them. I got a good story about one of them.
It's just funny when you put the two things together, it's like...
I know, right? But, and so the first year we went, there was kids there and they were jumping. They want you to, like, hey, give me some money and I'll jump.
Oh, okay. Right.
And I was hammered. And I'm like, here you go. And I don't even know how much money I gave the kid. Like a bunch of Jamaican money. I just shoved it in his orange juice box.
Right.
And, it was the story was like, Gene was like, do you know how much money you gave him? And I was like, he needs orange juice money. And the kid basically just was like, it's fine, and then jumped.
Yeah.
So I was telling Heno the story about last year's experience with the cliff jumping orange juice money, and there's an older Jamaican guy standing there. And he's like, what you did, man, it's good for the kids, it gives them something, it's good for the community, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, you're working towards getting something good in the next life. I'm like, yeah, I realize that the kids need it more than I do.
Yeah.
And then kids showed up, because, when the catamarans come in for booze cruises and stuff, because they visit this place, that's when they jump and get money.
Yeah.
And they immediately start talking to him. I'm like, oh, fuck, he's in on this.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like their keeper or whatever. He's their kid, the wrangler.
Okay, good choice of words. That's not the word that was popping in my head, but that's a better choice. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is also the guy that on our pub, it was a very small pub crawl. The first one we went on, like, there's literally, it's a big tour bus that shows up.
Uh-huh.
And we had so many people last year that people were standing.
Oh, wow.
Or sitting on each other's laps.
Well, that's fine.
This, there was maybe 10 of us. There wasn't many people at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's much better.
Group was from Manchester. It was Rory. It was his name, Rory, and I think Heller or something, and his two daughters, because as soon as I started talking to the guy.
Shot.
And then I went and told Neil, I'm like, oh, that's Rory, that's Heller, because, I'm sure he wanted to chat with him at some point. And I'm like, his daughters, I don't know their names, because I'm not talking to them, because they were young.
So their names were jailbait. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know their names because I'm not engaging. This older Jamaican guy at the place we're at, there's caves underneath. They can go down, like bat caves.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Sweet.
And he was trying to get the one younger one to go down there with him.
Whoa.
Yeah, right? That's what we're all like, well, that seems suspect.
Like, slow your roll, buddy.
Your roll. But the pub crawl's awesome. It was fun. It always is. Although it was weird because there was this one woman, I thought she was with the older group. She was just by herself. It's like, I don't know why you'd want to do that by yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like part of the whole thing is like hanging out with friends. And
well, I'll say, unless she has like your personality, you could go by yourself, you know, and you'll just end up making pals with whoever's around you pretty much. So, you know.
She did not engage with anybody.
Wow. Yeah. Why would you want to
her? Because there's this thing called a Malta, and I'm like, I gotta try it. Because I talked to a woman, she says it's like brown sugar. It's a non-alcoholic malt beverage.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah, you posted a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put a picture. And it's ridiculously sweet.
Sure.
But it was like one of those things, I'm like, it tasted kind of weird. It was like a molasses taste. I'm like, you gotta try. And I started talking to her, I'm like, you gotta try this. And she ended up buying one. But I thought she was with these other two women, and then they paired off. It was weird. She was just by herself.
Oh wow.
And someone was talking to her, she didn't talk. It was very strange, but whatever.
Yeah,
each their own.
Yeah, sure, right.
Yeah. But one of my favorite bars we went to is called the Sunset Bar, right? And it's just this little circle, and it's on this big rocky cliff, which I'm sure you probably saw the pictures.
Yeah.
From the, but that's all it is. It's like jungle, like a little jungle-looking thing, and then that bar. And our salty language sticker was still there from the year before. It was awesome. That made me so happy.
Yeah. I
realized that the stickers I brought were still sitting in my suitcase. I was like, fuck!
Otherwise, everyone on the bus would have had one on them.
Everyone would have had one, or they would have been distributed everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, walk up, pat him on the back when you're slapping a sticker.
Like, yes. That would have been incredible.
Hey, how you doing there, Smack? Yeah. Stealing their wallet with one hand, putting a sticker on them with the other, normal stuff. Yeah.
So I could get their watch.
Sure, why not? You need orange juice money too.
Oh. Exactly. I tried my hand at stand-up paddleboarding.
Yeah.
Harder than it looks, especially in windy, choppy water.
Really, you'd think that would be nice and that'd be easy to do it in.
I wanted to do it last year. I never got the chance. So this year I'm like, I'm fucking doing it, right?
Yeah.
And I went out, and apparently the board they gave me is like the expert level board.
Okay.
And I went out on my knees, paddled out, and then I went to stand up, and I could I got the board under me, and it was like, shake, 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 I'm in the water. This happened like 3 times, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get a kayak. So I'm kneeling on the board, and I'm paddling back, and I'm looking, and I see Henno and Sharon coming out to me. Mm. And I was like, and this a couple times he said this at the resort, I'm so glad you have a beard, because you're so easy to pick out. He was on the beach, asked somebody like, is that a guy wearing a cowboy hat with a beard? That's gotta be Tony. So they came out to me, and Sharon and I switched boards, because she had like beginner level board. Mm-hmm. And I could stand up on that. But dude, it was so windy, and when I'm out there trying to learn, the wind blew us away, and we had to get back, obviously. And fucking Henno is out there like Silver Surfer. Just he's like 100 yards away.
Yeah. Now see, what you need to do now is, since you know that, and if it's something you enjoy, you need to hit the balance boards at the gym if they have them. Yeah.
I was like, I got that Bosu ball.
Yep, exactly. Because I was going to say, I remember when I was in physical therapy doing those kind of things for stability in the knees and stuff. And I was like, well, as you're describing that, I'm like, yeah, that sounds exactly kind of, to be able to get your balance. It's really hard when you're first doing it,
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's moving free like that.
I said that exactly. I told that to Jeannie. I'm like, I'm going to have to, they have one of those at Y. I'm like, I'm going to start using that.
Yeah.
Because I really did. When I was up and actually doing it, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was so windy that day. I was like, I need to do this on like cold water lake where it's calm.
Yeah. You need to, get ready so you can like joust with Henno next time or something.
Dude, he made it look so fucking easy. Like to the point that he would go out and I'm like struggling trying to get back. We're going into the wind.
Yeah.
I eventually had to get down on the board because I just felt like a sail, Like I just couldn't make progress.
Well, it was all that extra weight you gained.
Yeah, maybe. Good point. But he would like go out and turn around and look at me and then kind of like wait for me to catch up, because he's a good guy.
Right. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're like doggy paddling and he's doing full on like Olympic strokes.
Yeah. He's trying to give techniques, but at the point he was trying to give me techniques, I was just kind of like thinking to myself, I just need to get back to shore. Like I can't, I'm trying to do the proper strokes and it's just like,
yeah.
I need to do this on calm water.
Yeah, I could see where that would make it a little easier to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point I fell too and I like hit my thumb on the board going in.
Yeah.
And it's still jacked up.
That's pretty awesome.
It doesn't hurt as much now that I'm moving it around, but goddamn, I fucked it up for a few days there. Good times.
Man. Went down there, got mortally wounded. Jeez.
All right. See here. Oh yeah, I guess since we're talking about wounding, we spent a ton of time in the hot tub one day.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go out and take a leak. And I stood up, walked into the bathroom, and I was in there so long, got so hot, I thought I was passing out.
Oh, wow. That's
like
my gimmick,
my hand on the wall by the urinal.
Right.
And I could my vision was starting to close in on the sides, and like all the sounds like,
right? Yep. Yeah.
And I was like, this is not good.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I'm like, this is not good. And I went back and I got into like the pool.
Yeah.
I felt a little better, and then we're gonna go get lunch. I just like, I told Jim, like, I gotta go lay down.
Yeah.
She said I was white,
yeah.
But I thought for sure I was drinking too, which doesn't help.
Sure, yeah, I understand. Yeah. It's crazy though, isn't it? Like when that happens, you can't control anything. Like everything really just feels like it's closing in, and you just, like when it happened to me, it was like my knees were weak. Remember you guys like kind of caught me when, that beer fest, and it was like, and in my head, it's like, I still was like, I can walk, and then it was like, oh, my legs are gone. And I was like, Jesus, that was, it's a shitty feeling.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, that's all. I was just like, it's like you said, it was all like,
yeah, right.
God, boy.
It's wild how that is. It's, cause it really does. It's almost like there's like, for me, it was like kind of like black on the edges as it was closing in. And I was like, this is bad.
Right.
And unfortunately, like I said, with mine, it was, right as it started that, I was like, guys, I'm not, like I immediately told you because I had been through it before,
Right.
And, but even then, I mean, you saw how quick from that point to where I almost fell, it was almost no time between there. It was crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. So take it from both of us, make sure you stay hydrated and don't get too hot out there,
Yeah, don't get too hot out there.
Yeah. That's why I was actually, I'll get to it in a little bit. Anyway.
No, go ahead. What do you say?
Just the quickest, I was going to talk, like I was talking with my doctor about, cause he, telling me I need to exercise, obviously. And,
right.
I was telling him, I was like, well, I have a problem that me and heat don't get along. So when I start getting hot, my body kind of starts shutting down, so right. Yeah, it was, and he's like, even if it's like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes, he's like, do some push-ups or some jumping jacks or, just get movement here and there kind of a thing. He's like, you don't have to push to exertion, but whatever. And, cause it's true. As I've found over the last few years, I think my medicines have a lot to do with it.
Right.
Cause I have 3 or so medicines that are like, stay out of the direct sun, don't get over, like that. And I was just like, bah.
Fuck it.
I'll be all right. Oh God.
Well, baby steps, right? It's like, what about Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Start small, work your way up or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I decided because we've already determined we're going to go back in like 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, I got 2 years to become a stronger swimmer. Like I could swim.
Yeah.
But I'm not super strong at it.
Okay.
And it doesn't help. I don't float. Well, maybe I do now after all that Jamaica.
Right.
But because I just sink.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to work on that because we went on this, awesome boat trip that we did last time. We convinced we got to do the private boat trip.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Right. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And we did it again and we took all 10 of us this time, which was cool.
Yeah.
We just got a bigger boat. It was like Jaws, going to need a bigger boat.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had the same captain Captain John that took us out last year. He remembered us. Like I ran to him randomly before the boat trip. He's like, "Oh, hey, man," and we talked. And
did he hide the vodka before you got on board?
Well, he did. He did bring it up. He did not drink the cooler though this time.
That's
because
wow.
10 people. That's so much more booze.
Oh, sure. You made quite an impression. If a year later he still remembers that, that's
he remembered us, and it was which was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did the boat trip, which was awesome, and this is where I want to become a better swimmer. Because we went to Rick's, which is like one of the top 10 bars in the world. You can look it up. It's got the famous cliff diving there too. And Jeannie jumped off. She didn't jump off the big cliff.
Yeah.
But Jeannie jumped because like I went down below to piss real quick.
Right.
And came up and I'm like, where's my wife?
Oh, she threw herself off a cliff.
Yeah, that was basically like she was swimming in with Heno and Sharon or I'm not gonna say his name,
right.
the guy.
Yeah.
To go jump off at Rick's.
Right.
And they all jumped, and it's like that was awesome because it's like Jeannie kept saying, I didn't jump off the big one. It's like you jumped off a higher cliff than half the people on the boat.
Yeah, you still jumped off a cliff. I mean, that's...
Yeah, and you can officially say you've jumped at Rick's, which not many people can say.
There you go, right? Yeah.
It's a thing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So I wanted, because I know when we go back, we're doing a boat trip and we'll go to Rick's. So I'm like, God damn it, I'm jumping next time.
Okay, so you want to be a better swimmer so that, okay.
Well, because Jeannie says swimming in's fine. Swimming back out, that's a problem.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because you're fighting the ocean.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, and granted, you
need to take swimmies with you.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Or one of those like unicorns.
Yeah, something like that. Just because I just need someone taking a picture of you jumping off a cliff with the fucking unicorn around your waist or something. It'd be amazing.
Right? But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, although the boat captain, Omar, dude, I am very much impressed by his skills because he kept this pretty good sized twin engine boat.
Yeah.
Like 10 feet away from the rocks.
Oh wow.
As the waves are crashing into them, and it was very impressive.
All right then. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Meanwhile, in your head, like violins are playing and you're looking for another boat off the side, right? No.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But, so we did the Rick's thing. I just love that whole boat trip because he ended up going snorkeling at some point. We of course, broke out the fancy formal wear on the boat trip.
Yeah.
Because for those who listened past, obviously I bought the boys tuxedo Speedos in honor of Hannah's wedding. And we were trying to figure out when we were going to break them out.
Sure. The whole weekend would have been appropriate, just all the time.
It would have been hilarious.
Like, nothing but those. Well, except for the fancy dinner. Obviously, yeah.
And like the first talk was like, well, at the wedding, I'll just drop trout. And it's like, nah.
Oh my.
Yeah. And then it was like, well, Father's Day happens. So what we'll do is we'll all have our Speedos on and we'll just follow Dave around, Neil's dad, and like fan him with palm fronds and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And we're like, that'd be funny.
I'm sure it'd be the Father's Day of his dreams.
Yeah, right? And then we're like, oh wait, no. Because that guy has a tendency to just vanish. He like just ghosts.
Okay.
We're like, we'll do it on the boat trip because then he's captive.
Well, I mean, he could jump off the boat, but
You're right.
Which would be quite a good response to that. Like I'm out of here and just dive into the water. Oh. For anyone who wants to see the picture, you posted it on our Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah, it's on our Instagram of the three of us rocking the Speedos.
Yeah.
And there's, if you go to Facebook and look for me, Tony High, I don't know why I just said that, but whatever.
Yeah, just look for Tony on Facebook.
Just look for photos I'm tagged in.
Yeah.
And cause there are a million photos.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so we're sitting there talking, drinking beer and eating food, and I just look and it's like a Peter Pan pose and Neil standing over there with just a Speedo on. And now everybody's like, oh, it's that time. Off come the pantaloons.
Right.
But the problem was, like, that day I was sunburned as shit, so I had on my Under Armour, like, ultraviolet shirt on.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that, it just would have been Speedo all the way.
Yeah.
I had to get almost full Monty for pictures, but I was like, I had to put that shirt back on.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it. That was actually what I was thinking when I saw the picture, because I was like, oh, God, I hope that they didn't stay like that for very long, or they're all going to be terribly burnt.
Well, Heno, of course, was the, in Speedo regalia the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Basically,
Sure.
up until towards the end when we got the Ricks, he put shorts back on.
Yeah.
And, we all kind of were sat in the front of the boat, and I eventually, Neil cracked me out because he just went to the front of the boat and just got naked and put his shorts back on. Because the Speedos, they're hilarious. But goddamn, are they constrictive?
Well, yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
it's not very comfortable.
I never would have thought they would be.
But for the gag, it's great.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Especially when we're passing other boats and people are like, "Woo!" Yeah.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I felt bad because we're going for real choppy water, so like Annalise and Jeannie and Sharon are kind of like sitting against the front of the boat, and Neil, Heno and I were standing up against the railing and holding on. We're just bouncing around. I'm like, and it just hit me. I'm like, I'm just basically bouncing my testicles in these ladies' faces. I need to put my shorts back on eventually.
So 3 hours later, you put your shorts on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Like, just go with it.
Right? But yeah, boat trip was awesome. Had a dolphin come with us for a while, just hang out the boat and swim.
Like
and
in the boat? Shit. That's pretty awesome.
That'd be really great if it was in the boat.
Yeah, right? Just had a couple drinks with you and then, all right, guys, I gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's if you ever go to the Couples in the Grill, ask about the private boat tour, because it's incredible. Mm-hmm. And they give you history on the stuff you're going by, but it's just a party boat.
Yeah.
They crank up the music and they bring food, you drink, eat, have a good time.
Yeah.
'Tis a blast, Brian. See here. Oh, of course. Bob Marley shots. Let me talk about these sons of bitches.
Okay.
So Bob Marley shot, which is also a shot that Neil's mom is a huge fan of.
Right.
Huge.
Right, gotcha.
Huge. I didn't have one last year. So she was going to get a shot. And Neil and I did a shot with her. And it's like a layered, it's creme de menthe, overproof rum, another type of rum, and like strawberry, like syrup or cherry syrup. It basically is the Rastafari colors in layers.
All right.
But you have to drink it out of a straw. Right?
Why do you have to drink it out of a straw?
That's the rules.
Okay. All right.
And she'll do one or two a night if you let her. She loves them.
Yeah.
They're fucking terrible.
I didn't really think I was going to like it, but
they're it's like you drink it, and because the overproof rum is like, well, it's what it is. It's high octane rum.
Right.
And it's just burn.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste good. I don't get it. Like, we did it, and Neil and I, we were like, well, we went and go, back to our seat and came back to the bar to go some more drinks. And there's like a lady sitting there was waiting for drinks, and I had to ask her, I'm like, ma'am, have you ever done a Bob Marley shot? And she was an older woman, and she goes, yeah, they're awful. It's like, yes, they're just the worst.
Wow.
Loves them. I just don't get it.
Did you ask her why? Like, what she loves about them, or?
You know what? I never did.
Oh, all right.
If I did, I was
Neil,
already Bob Marley.
If Neil listens to this, which hopefully will, or Annalise, one of the two, we need an answer for this. Like, you need to ask her and find out for us, because I'm very curious.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. That's something. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I did it because supposedly if you've never done one, you have to at least do one.
Okay.
That's what I've been telling. That's what I was telling people. And Jeannie was
man.
just like, "Don't do it." Although she didn't try it.
Yeah,
but she doesn't do shots.
I don't know. That just sounds like, you know how like college age guys are like, well, if you don't do this, then you're whatever. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Like, you know, it's terrible, and you're just trying to get someone else to do something terrible so you can laugh at them, kind of a thing. That's what that feels like. I think that's all that lore is.
Right.
Let's see how many of these dumb tourists we can get to do this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, good googly moogly.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
Fair enough. Yeah, why not?
We also did Hanno and Sharon, they did a private breakfast. Mm-hmm. And they talked us into it. It's an extra charge, but we're like, yeah, that sounds good. Because Jeannie and I, if it's the one thing we do is breakfast. That's our meal.
Yeah.
You know, and what they do is they set up like a table on the beach, and you have your own server. It's actually very nice. And we felt terrible because that's what we do. Because this woman sets everything up. We watched her set up a dinner. And it's all her. Like, she was out there raking the sand.
Oh, wow.
Setting it. It's insane. But it's literally like we were sitting at a table and 10 feet away was the beach, like the ocean. People are walking by in their bathing suits in the morning, walking the beach like they do.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there for like mimosas and coffee, waiting for our food.
Right.
But it's funny because we're sitting there, we're chit-chatting, this couple walks by and then they stop and the guy goes, because we had a camera on the table, he's like, you know what? You guys just look too great. Let me take your picture. Let me see your camera.
Right.
And he took a picture, and then took another picture from a different angle. And then him and his wife just started chatting. It was like, what do you think of it? And we sold the resort on them. Because they're like, we're staying next door, and it's kind of what do you think of this place?
Yeah.
And it went up just like some of it. It's like, I feel like we need a discount or something. But
yeah, right.
It was very weird to have people walk by and just look at us like, what are these tablecloth, table, drinks, nice decoration?
Yeah, right.
It's
now,
odd.
Out of curiosity, did you tell them that that's not included, or?
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, because a lot of people were assuming like, oh, you must be like a honeymoon. We're like, no, we're just having breakfast.
Yeah. Like we're people of leisure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was really nice. We went off property for a day because I wanted to go to the Jamaica and Harley Davidson store to get a T-shirt.
Okay.
And that was cool because you just pay a dude and he takes you into town. He just hangs out with you basically and takes you wherever you want.
Okay.
You know, and we only did a couple things because it was like, I want to have a plan next time. And we didn't have a plan. Like, we asked the guy after we got the shirts. I went, hey man, we want to go get like a cup of coffee. And the guy's like, and I figured he'd have a place.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, we'll drive and find some. It's like, oh, well, it's not what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he found a spot. It was this cool little restaurant bar. And the thing is, when some of the locals, see the shuttle buses, they convene on scooters just trying to sell you ganja. Sell you that weed, son.
Sure.
And you got to stave them off with like karate moves. Actually, they're very not pushy about it. Like, one guy showed up and he sat at the bar next to us and he's like, you guys, did the like smoke a joint movement. Mm. We're both like, nah, because, random drug testing at work. And he's like, oh yeah, you don't want to mess with work. I understand. And then he's like, edibles? We're like, no, that doesn't work either. Oh, okay. All right. And he's like, you know what you do, man? You make friends now, and then you come back when you retire. Right, yeah, that's fair. And then like a car pulled in, a couple blonde ladies came out, and he was immediately on their case.
Sure, yeah.
But then another guy sits down next to Jeannie, and he starts, chatting. Again, everyone's so nice in Jamaica. That's the one thing I gotta say. The Jamaicans are very nice people. Mm. And he just starts like, oh, you like the landscaping? I took care of all these plants. Yeah, it was very nicely manicured around the place.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it looks nice. He's like, oh, I grow so many plants. You guys should come see my plants. Does a joint smoke movement? We're like, no, we're good. He's like, all right. And then Jeannie's like, well, maybe if we move here, she's like, I'm a social worker. Can I find a job? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, that's no problem. She's like, well, how do I be, move to Jamaica? And he's like, well, it's easy. You have to marry a Jamaican man.
So that's in the works now, right?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, it was just the only real hang up we had, honestly, was going home. Is we had the flight delays and flight delays, which wasn't bad for us because we had like a 3-hour layover in Charlotte. Mm. But for Neil, Annalise, and their parents, it was not good.
Yeah,
their layover was they barely made the plane.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it wasn't like we left late and then we landed and we were waiting to taxi and people are getting up and going to the bathroom. And they announced, like, hey, we're on an active runway. We can't move if you're moving around.
Yeah.
So we basically missed our slot.
Ah, jeez.
I could imagine those guys in the back, because they were way in the back of the plane, were like freaking out, like, because Neil's, was very much like, we're going to miss the plane if we're any more delayed.
Yeah. And it's not like they're just like, oh, okay, you can get on the next one or something, Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're flying to San Francisco.
Yeah, so exactly, yeah.
And then you got to go through customs.
Right.
It's not an easy process.
I can't imagine why they would search you at customs. You think they'd just let you right through, though.
Right?
I mean, what could you be bringing back from Jamaica that they'd stop you for? I can't think of anything. Smiles?
Anything at all.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Miles a while. They deliver. But it was, it got to the point where we parted ways, real quick hugs and all that. Mm-hmm. And then, Gene and I got a cup of coffee and we're looking at sort of different restaurants and we're walking through and I'm like, oh, that guy looks familiar. And it was Neil. He was sprinting through the airport. And I texted him earlier when we got a cup of coffee, like, hey, let us know if you guys made it to the plane.
Yeah.
And I figured eventually when they got in San Francisco to let us know. And then I just got a text, we made it with all these caps. So I'm glad they made it.
Right.
But yeah, our flight got delayed, got pushed back. And then when we landed, it took us forever to taxi through Detroit. And then there's a plane sitting at our gate. And it's like, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Finally moved that plane. But we were supposed to land before 1. Or no, we're supposed to land before midnight. And we didn't get out of the airport till after 1. And so, we left at like 2:30 in the morning the previous week and got home about the same time.
Right.
A week later.
Yeah.
It was brutal. So glad I took today off.
Right? That's another good tip for people out there. If you're going on
for sure
lengthy vacations, take an extra day if you can. That's a day at home or whatever to get back in your routine and rest up from your travel fatigue.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. I've known too many people that have, they'll fly home and then they're exhausted the next day because of whether it's time change or just traveling. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about going down there is when we left here at 2:30 in the morning, and by the time we got there, it was about 2. And it's like, you just get sick of being in transit. Yeah, right.
And granted, it's ultimately worth it at the end.
Yeah, but exactly.
What the fuck? No, computer. Oh, we're going to restart your device. No, you're not. I'm doing shit.
Another window pops up. That's what you think. It just shuts it down.
Unbelievable. It's a magic word.
Like, oh, shit.
But I also got to give some shit to a friend of the show. Pray to God.
Okay.
From the Anti-Semantic Show. Because he sent me a Snapchat that was like, hey, bro, I'm in Jamaica. Let's hang. And I got it a couple days before, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, because I had a geotag. And I was like, he's got to mean like Jamaica Plains in New York.
Right.
Because what else would it be?
Right.
Then a couple days later, I got another one of like a video. And it was a real quick video of a building.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, seriously, bro, I'm in Jamaica, we should hang out. And I was like, fuck, is he actually here?
Yeah.
Because I had their geotag on. It said Jamaica.
Right.
So I started chatting with him on Snapchat. And I'm like, well, where are you at? And he's like, well, I'm in Kingston, which is a city there.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, well, I'm in Negril. And he's like, that's racist, which is funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, what are you doing here? He's like, you and your lady on vacation? He's like, nah, I go here all the time. And it just started to stink like shit. I'm like, I'm like, he's gotta be in Jamaica Plains. But we were packing in ready to go. So I'm like, even if he was in Jamaica, Kingston's so far away that there's no way. So it's just like, I kind of wash my hands of it.
Yeah.
But he's gotta be. It's still in New York City.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah. That'd have been some shit though if you had gone down there and he was there. You know,
Oh, that's just like because it's definitely a person I would love to meet.
Right? It'd just be funny, yeah. The first time you meet, yeah, not just a few hours away here, in New York, or meeting halfway or something. No, and go all the way to Jamaica to,
Which I guess speaking to him,
yeah.
I mean, he apparently left us a voicemail, Brian.
He did.
We partake in said voicemail.
Sure.
Let's do that. Let's see here. Let me get my fancy voicemail gear up.
Yeah, fancy.
Let's see.
Right.
Actually, it looks like Google Translate is getting really good, by the way.
Oh, really? That's disappointing.
Yeah.
You'd think they would, considering we used to do those back in our second or third year of the podcast,
Right.
Seems like they should have upgraded by now.
All right, here we go.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Prado God. And I got a beef with your boy Tony over there. He's in Jamaica right now, having a good time. I'm in Jamaica right now. I'm having a good time. I'm sending him all these snaps and messages, telling him I want to hang out and get together, and what do I get? A big fuck you in return. You don't want to hang out with me and fucking chill out? What the fuck's going on? Bullshit. We go way back. We're supposed to be pals. I'm in Jamaica, you're in Jamaica. How often is this going to happen, It's, Brian, talk some sense into this guy. It's fucking crazy.
Well, see, now I don't know. God damn it. See, if he was actually in Jamaica, I'm going to be pissed off because I would have loved to hook up.
Oh,
not hook up.
Well, you meant hook up, though.
Well, yeah, I did.
I mean, you had the Speedos.
We had the Speedos.
Yeah.
I mean, I did specifically send him the picture because he's been asking.
Yeah.
He's responded, if it's about time I saw some classy Wang.
Classic Fredo.
Right?
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm with you. If you did find out that he actually was in Jamaica, not New York, but where you were, that would have been a shame. A missed
bummer.
Well, I guess it's a chance for both of you to write a post on Craigslist. Missed connection. That's what you should do. Just write up a misconnection post and send it to him.
Yes, and yes.
I was in Jamaica he's showing my classy Wang in a tuxedo Speedo.
Right. That would be hilarious. Well, yeah, Prado, if you actually were in Jamaica, I'm sorry, man.
He's not sorry.
If you weren't, piss off.
Yeah, one of these days we'll make it to New York and
exactly
hang out with S.I. Jesus.
But I'll, if anyone wants to check out the resort, Neil from Daft Punk, of course, has actually a nice video, a walkthrough he put together that apparently the guy who owns all the couples, he like goes around and stays at all his resorts constantly,
The couples resorts, he doesn't own like couples of people.
He might. I don't know. He's a rich old white guy. He might.
Never mind. Never mind. Apparently he does.
But he chats with Annalise.
Mm-hmm.
And he wonders how to get more views on their video than he gets on his, basically.
Yeah. Tits. No, I'm kidding. Sexy boobies. No.
But so they got a walkthrough video of the resort we stayed at that they made last year, and actually Gene and I make a little cameo.
Yeah. It's just Tony's classy Wang.
If only. Yeah. If only. But I'll include that with the our links and stuff.
Right. I don't know why, but I just like saying that for some reason the idea of you having headshots of your classy Wang, have you seen me in this video? Just a crotch shot.
But yeah, I'm sure there's stuff I'm forgetting, but some stuff's not for the listeners, I guess.
Ooh. And maybe you'll hear some other stuff if you listen to The Crazy Life.
Yeah, I'm sure Hanno's got all kinds of good stuff.
Probably. If we let him talk about it, yeah. No. Sorry, Hanno. No one gives a shit. Moves on. Oh.
Yeah, incredible time. We're going back in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And Prado, we're going back 2 years. Bring your lady.
Sure. Or don't, Oh. No, I'm kidding.
It'll definitely bring Classy Wang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people don't have a choice, Tony.
This is true. This is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Classy Wang.
Classy Wang.
Kids these days. Wow.
Yeah. Incredible times, good people to hang out with.
Right on. Nothing wrong with that.
And wrong with that.
Nope. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot this past week. So, went to the doctor, got yelled at about being fat, and,
That's exciting.
Right. Now, it's funny, while you were gone,
Thanks, Doc.
you gained 13 pounds, and in that week, I lost 4 pounds. So.
Excellent work.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. I tried to negate what you did, but you're an animal. I can't lose that fast, man. Not without some sort of weird, not without drinking that stuff you have to drink before a colonoscopy or something.
Right.
Whew.
That sounds like a terrible time.
Right. Well, I mean, how bad do you want to lose those 13 pounds? No.
I guess.
You're carrying around a spit bucket tomorrow and wearing a sauna suit,
Oh, man.
Like trying to get the sweat weight off like a fighter.
But Brian.
Yes.
The food is so good.
Oh, I understand. That's what I've been doing this past week, though, is, still trying to be a goodest boy. And
goodest boy ever.
Yeah. About, my eating and whatnot. So, yeah. The hardest part has been I haven't had pizza in over a week, which is...
Right.
The last pizza I had was that mac and cheese pizza, I think. No, I had one after that, but it's been like a week, going toward a week and a half since I had pizza. And I hate life. I'm not going to lie. It's awful. No.
I hate life.
I will say this. I am like fiending for pizza though. But I have a plan for, like if I get
pizza. Do you need to like chain you to your bed like it's train spotting?
Nah, I'll be all right. No, I'm gonna, try to eat some salad first, get some veg and whatnot in me and then have a piece or two of pizza instead of eating like, 4.
Now, I know we talked about pizza substitute and you're like, fuck it, I'll just eat pizza.
Right.
But I know you're a fan of the green pepper.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, take half a green pepper and shove it with pizza toppings. Yeah. It's pretty fucking good.
I may try that. It's just still, I've always been one of those that it's like, if I don't get that exact taste that I'm looking for, I keep trying to go back to that until I get so it's like, I found in the past that I'm just better off just having a little bit of it and being able to move forward. That's my cheat day essentially or whatever,
Can I make an odd pizza comment?
No. Okay, go ahead.
So they, at the grill they have there.
Yeah.
They have, it's open 24 hours for, late night manjas.
Terrible idea for someone like me. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it always has, nachos. Mm-hmm. Ice cream cones. Mm-hmm. Beef patties, which are like Jamaican food. It's kind of like empanada, but filled with
I remember you telling me about those last year. Yeah.
And pizza.
Yeah. So can I just get all that stuff on the pizza? Just so I can just roll it up and kind of...
You can do whatever you want, basically.
Nice.
Like, if you want to throw stuff on a plate and dump nacho cheese on it, no one's going to look at you funny. Well, they might look at you funny, but no one's going to tell you no.
Well, now I have a goal. No.
But the one day, because they always make 2 different pizzas, and that's what they make for the day.
Right.
So the one day, it was shrimp and pineapple.
Damn it, pineapple on pizza.
And I was like, that seems weird, but it's here, so I'll put it in my face.
Sure.
It was delicious.
I can't get behind pineapple on pizza, though.
I was like, wow, shrimp and pineapple. This is weird.
I mean, I celebrated...
I've had pineapple on a pizza, but I've never had shrimp on a pizza.
Right. I was going to say, the guy who was credited with first putting pineapple on pizza died like a couple weeks ago, and I openly celebrated his demise. So, I have a reputation to uphold. I can't eat pineapple on pizza. Otherwise, I'll be called a fraud.
But yeah.
Yeah. That is interesting, though, because that is not something I would have thought,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Now, out of curiosity, was there, cheese and normal marinara, or was it a different sauce, or?
Yeah, it was pretty standard.
Huh, okay. I was just curious, yeah. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Back. Yeah.
No, it's, I don't have a whole lot other than when I was at the doctor, I heard, there was a woman in the waiting room that, dude, I swear, this woman sounded like she just chewed glass for like 50 years.
Lovely.
I mean, you know that
iron lung.
Yeah,
huh?
you know that normal like, hey, whatever. Like it was worse. It was deeper and more gravelly. And I was like, oh my god, what has happened to your voice? It was
Right.
It was terrible. And she wasn't that old. Like she maybe was 50. And I was like, whew. Either something's happened, and you know, I know stuff can happen. You know, you could have issues with your voice box or whatever. But I was just like, there was no, like, she wasn't talking with one of those cool, you know, microphone things or anything. But
Yo, party people!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What's
Yo,
up?
party
Yeah,
people!
No, nothing like that. But oh boy, I was just like, whoa, all right then, because they called her name and she's like, you know, be right there, and I'm like, whoa, because I looked
Like,
over.
jeez,
Yeah.
Maud.
It was, yeah. I was like, whoa, all right, poor lady. It's just like, I heard her talk twice and I was like, God, get her a drink. You know, it sounds like she needs, and by a drink, I mean scotch or something. I don't mean water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe battery has it.
Yeah.
Might soothe the throat.
Yeah. Here's the cigar and some scotch. Be weird going to the doctor and they have just cigars and scotch laying out there, you know. Like, oh, all right. They have one of those,
perfect.
they have one of those
Cigars.
coolers with the,
Cigars.
oh yeah. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Sorry.
I bet,
Coolers.
they have one of those like, water cooler things with like the little triangle or the cone cups, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You just
Like
fill
an
them with scotch.
cooler.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
One of those big novelty bottles that are, they
Sure.
have like the little wire rack to pour. They're so heavy.
Yep, exactly.
That would be excellent.
But yeah, and you know, it's weird, like, where I go to the doctor, the examination rooms, the walls are like paper thin. Like, you can hear
Right.
people talk, and it's like, you know, when they're not super busy, you'd think they would space it out maybe, like put a room in between the patients, you know, for a little more privacy.
Yeah.
But no, they sure don't. And it's like, I'm sitting there and I can hear everything someone's talking about, which kind of violates their privacy on that. You know, it makes me feel weird because I can't not hear it unless, so I was like, you know, maybe I'll start taking my headphones with me when I go to the doctors and just, you know, pipe a little music in my ears or something.
Doc, I got a botch job at Quick Click.
Yeah.
Quick Click. God damn it.
It's
Those
click clips.
That's
There you
what it
go.
was.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh boy. Yeah. Ooh. But yeah, so I got to hear a guy getting an OCD diagnosis, which was really something, cause, you know, I'm sitting there and I can hear him telling the doctor all the stuff he goes through and how it's driving his wife crazy. And he's like, it's really affecting my life and my marriage. And I'm like, well, good on him for going, you know, because
he's got the self-awareness.
yeah, because, you know, as we talk on the Crazy Life all the time, you know, that first step is really hard to take with stuff like that. So, you know, hopefully things work out for the guy. But, you know, and the doctor, you know, of course was, you know, I think you need to see, you know, the psychiatrist and whatever here. And, you know, so, and the guy was very receptive. It's just like I said, I'm just sitting in there going, God, it's just like, I kind of don't want to hear this because it's someone else's story, you know.
Right.
You know, but yeah. I don't know. Have you had that at the doctor too, or is it just the one I go to?
Maybe just that one, because I don't ever remember hearing other people.
Yeah, like unless they were loud. Like in the past, I've been
Jesus
like,
Christ.
when I saw didn't go to this place, when I went to other places, you know, like if somebody was really loud, you could hear them, you know, a little bit, but otherwise I never really could hear, you know, stuff. Either that or, you know, it'd be like a cool feature if they had, you know, like an intercom system that would pump music in that they could turn off when the doctor comes in, just turn that off or whatever, or keep it going lightly to just kind of just drown out that noise a little bit.
Right. Shit.
Oh,
Trying to do a screen cap here. There you go.
Dude, seriously. Stop taking dick pics while we're recording.
Well, no, I'm trying to, the weather's changing and we have our air on.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like 60 tonight, so I'm texting Jeannie, like the screen cap, like, look, it's going to be cool. You should turn the air off.
Or is it? Yeah.
That is, I don't know, it is,
Yeah.
like with the HIPAA stuff, that is weird.
Yeah, it's That's why I said it's like, cause the appointment I went to, there's 2 nights a week that they're open till like 8 o'clock or something like that. So it was like 6:45 I went in there, and I'm sitting in there, and it's nearly 7 o'clock, and it's like, there's nobody else in this place. It's just like me and this other guy are the only patients as far as I know. And, so that's why I was like, they could have spaced this out a little bit to, give us a little more privacy, but I don't know.
One would think.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but whatever.
At least have some Billy Joel playing.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'll start just belting out Piano Man or something, and then I won't even notice what's going on. That's why I said I think just because I feel kind of like a creeper sitting there listening to other people's stories, it's like I think I'm going to start taking my headphones with me or my earbuds with me to kind of cancel that out a little bit.
Or you could be that guy and just play it out of your speaker.
Right. True. Yeah. When you said, or you could be that guy, I was expecting you to say just, like knock on the wall or go in the other room or something.
Here and there with a water glass up against your ear.
Yeah.
Like it's an old timey movie.
Right. What are you doing?
Taking notes.
Nothing. Yeah.
My ear's trying to drink the wall. Like what?
I got thirsty ears, Doc. like that's funny.
Oh boy.
So it says here you already see our mental health experts.
Yeah, real quick, a nurse. I need an orderly or two down here.
Go ahead and bring the straitjacket, and
then the fat boys show up. Oh, it's the disorderlies.
Nice,
what?
Nice. Good times. Good times. So yeah, it was funny though. I was really anxious about going into the doctor because, whenever they call you after blood work and they're like, "Hey, you got to come in and discuss it," you're like,
that's no good.
Because it's never, hey, here's a glass of scotch and a cigar, pat you on the back, keep it going, tell the nurse if you need a happy ending kind of thing. It's,
exactly.
It's always like, you're a piece of shit. Everything you do is wrong.
Here, when you just sit down so we can tell you what an awful person you are.
Like, we almost didn't even bring you in. Like, that's how bad you're doing. Like, we almost were just like, fuck it, he's gonna be dead soon.
Like, this is your chart. You see the star? They rip it off.
Yeah.
You no longer get this gold star.
Oh, you don't even get a bronze star.
Yeah, rip. That one comes off.
You get a purple star. Yeah, but it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it was,
that's good.
But it's still a situation to where it's just time for me to stop doing stupid stuff.
Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin.
Yeah, I can't afford to keep putting on vacation weight, so.
It's true, Brian. It's true.
Like since I got my antidepressant increased, I've gained about 15 pounds. So,
right.
I got, and my blood pressure's been high, and it's just, losing weight just does so much, might help me get off medicines, and help my knees, just too many reasons not to do it.
Yeah, this is true.
So, whatever.
I mean, everything I've heard and read is say that, exercise is good for depression even.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
Oh,
so, yeah, exactly. That's why I said there's just too many reasons why I should do this stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy because I do have to fight against not just not wanting to, because, especially when you're first starting, most people don't really want to do it. But
it sucks when you first get into it.
But I'm also fighting depression and anxiety at the beginning of it too. So, it's a little extra weight on the chest. So, but I'm going to try, and that's all I can.
I see. I remember You remember? When I first was like, I'm going to start exercising. Mm-hmm. I need to get into this. And it sucked.
Yeah.
But it's weird because you hit this point that you're like, I want this.
Yeah.
I like that feeling now,
Yeah.
You just gotta break through the horrible shit to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'll keep everyone updated on my journey. So.
Beauty.
My journey.
If you need encouragement via the forms of insults, just let me know.
Right. Perfect.
Perfect.
That is the best way to motivate me.
Oh, excellent. He texted me a rude gif. Perfect motivation.
This is you. It's just a picture of like a poop emoticon, you know? Everyone's like, oh, come on.
This is you.
Yeah. It's kind of rude, but all right. I mean,
I guess. Jeez.
I guess that's tough love. I don't really know.
I got 4 letters for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen this yet. 4 letters. ZIMA.
No, but I've been seeing a lot of people posting pictures on Instagram and stuff of something different.
Apparently Zima is being re-released for the summer.
Yeah. The first question, of course, is why?
Yeah.
Because when it was around the first time, anyone drinking a Zima pretty much was made fun of.
Yes.
So let's bring it back.
The only thing I could say, because Jeannie was like, I've never had a Zima. Because I found out because, weird. Like I said, we've been texting with our California peeps. Mm-hmm. Neil texted a picture of just a big setup in a grocery store of Zima.
Right.
And I had to go like, okay, why is this out?
Yeah.
And they're just releasing it for the summer, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I do remember drinking it. She never did. Yeah. And I remember it made, as silly as it sounds, a great mixer.
Okay, I could see that.
Because it's kind of citrusy. It was kind of like using 7-Up, but already had booze in it, and they just mixed it with more booze.
Even better. Yeah, it's like boozy 7-Up I can mix with more booze, right.
But other than that, I don't remember really drinking. I never drank. I drank one by itself because I was like, "Oh, this is a thing," and I don't remember enjoying it.
I tried it because my one brother used to drink it, and I tried it and was like, "This is awful," and just never drank it again.
It's like the OG of bitch pops.
Yeah, really. I mean, aside from like
Bartles.
Yeah, I was gonna say wine coolers. Yeah, it's right there though. Like I said, people got made fun of like crazy for drinking it then, and like. I see people drink, posting their pictures of it, and it's like, I don't know what you want from that, but all right.
Actually, I'm gonna real quick.
Terrible.
I'm gonna pull up Instagram. I'm gonna search #Zima. Just because I'm curious.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've seen some people posting pictures of it, and they're like, I remember when it was out before, and I was like, I'd use that stupid Zao something different. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, you don't remember that? I'm like, Jesus, that was everywhere. Like, that was their marketing campaign.
It's got well over 1 million posts on Instagram.
Sure.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, hey.
Sure is all kinds of Zima posts.
Yeah, that's the thing is so many people are like, I gotta try it. I'm like, no, you don't. You walk into a liquor store every day and you see all these various liquors that look nasty, right? Or you've heard are terrible. How many times are you like, I have to try that anyway? Come on, there's good booze to have. Why would you go after the bad stuff?
Exactly, right?
No bueno. I give it 0 Channing Tatums. I'll tell you that right now.
I give it a negative Channing Tatum.
That's fine.
I give it Channing Tatum's evil twin.
I was going to say Channing Tatum just looks at Zima and goes, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
He's very negative. Yeah.
For sure, fuck you beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not even calling it a beer.
No, it's a malt beverage is what it is.
It's a malt beverage.
Yeah. So, Zari Zima.
One of those non-alcoholic malt beverages that I had.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Like I said, Zari Zima. We're not buying your product here. Well, I'm not anyway. I mean, feel free to do what you want.
No. I mean, here's my thing. If there's one, if someone hands you one as a goof, I'll have it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I'm drinking malt liquor, dude, I'm going the way God intended it, right to the a 40 of Mad Dog or something like that.
Steel Reserve, go home.
Damn right.
Yeah, unreal.
Yep. I know. I saw it. Did you have you heard of the Sega Forever thing?
I read a brief article over the weekend about it. I didn't look into it though.
It looks like Sega's like bought up some of the classic games that were available on its, consoles or whatever, and they're making them free to play on like iOS and Android.
Which is awesome.
Right. Like right now I think nuts. This page didn't load real well. There we go. I can click on games here. I'm actually on their website. But I think right now there's only like 5 games. Why is it not loading?
Is it so the app is out?
As far as I know,
it's called what? Sega Forever, you said?
I don't know if it's one app or if you have to download each one individually, but,
oh, that'd be a bummer.
Dang it, I can't. Yeah, this page isn't loading with the games on it. Shoot. Yeah, because I can't remember what they are. Are you looking it up or no?
Yeah, I'm looking up.
Cool.
I'm going to their homepage.
See, that's where I'm at. And nothing is, the games part's not coming up for me.
Sega Classic Games free on mobile. Sign up for game alerts, social, games. There you go. Out now. Sonic, Altered Beast, Phantasy Star 2.
There we go, yeah.
Kid Chameleon. Ooh, wow. Comic Zone? That's cool.
Yeah, you remember that game.
Oh, I see. I bet you, it looks like, I'm going to click on the Comic Zone.
Yeah, I think you have to download each one.
Yeah, each one you have to download individually. That's kind of a bummer. I just kind of wish it'd be aggregated, but
I guess
the same time.
Yeah, you just download whatever you want to play. Phantasy Star 2 is pretty cool. I'm surprised that one is one of them. But yeah, that is really cool that they're doing this and they're making them free. Like they're not, and they've got save points. Like according to something I read, you can save. Here we go. From their website, play for free, save your game progress. There's a leaderboard, meh. Controller support, fully integrated wireless Bluetooth controller support, offline play, and games will be released every month. And it says download them all. Now that's something I wonder I wonder if the games will only be out for a certain amount of time, or if
maybe
they'll just be out forever when they're out or something. But either way, I think it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, of this group, for me, Phantasy Star 2 would be the gem of this group, but.
I would definitely play some Altered Beast.
Oh, I would too. And Sonic, I've played Sonic enough in my life. I don't ever need to play it again. But not that it's a bad game.
Kid Chameleon though.
I don't think I have either.
This is pretty cool though. Mm-hmm. Good on Sega. But how are they making money on this?
There's ads. I think you can pay to remove the ads. But there's yeah. Depending on how horrible the ads are, because some apps have ads and you're like, whatever. Every once in a while something pops up and you just wait a second or two. But other times the ads are really intrusive, like they won't go away while you're playing or whatever, Well,
like, I was trying to get on the Charlotte Airport's Wi-Fi to download a couple episodes on my Kindle or something.
Yeah.
To watch, on the plane.
Mm.
And the amount of steps I had to go through to get on their fucking free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It was like, click this, because it opens up another page. Click this, opens up another page. Watch this 30-second video that you can't skip. Oh, you watched it? Let's go to another page. It's like, I understand they got to make some money.
Yeah.
But sons of bitches. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I totally agree.
Super annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Well, okay, I might try Kid Chameleon because I'm reading the little catch line here. It says, always be yourself unless you can be a tank or a berserker or a samurai. That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah. Seems alright to me.
Wow. Excellent work, Sega. When's Road Rash coming?
Yeah, right? That'd be so awesome. I am curious to see how many games come out a month. Because from what I understand, they're planning on quite a few games, but I'm curious to see, like I said, if it's just a couple or if it's one or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
See Snapchat's new update?
With the maps? Yeah.
It's a little weird.
It is. Yeah.
Like mine's raw right now, but I think I'm going to select it's only a few people I show up on their thing.
Yeah.
Like friends.
Right.
Because I don't know for y'all to use Snapchat out there, which, if you open up the app after the update and you pinch the screen once it loads, it pulls up a map. And anybody who hasn't adjusted their settings, now it's not working. There it goes. It'll just show you where people are at, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, because I did a little bit of reading, it only shows you where they're at the last time they used their Snapchat.
Okay, so it's not current
It's not
settings.
currently
Okay.
active.
Okay.
But like, since I'm using it right now, since it's open,
Yeah.
I'm on there, my current location.
Okay. Well, that's less concerning than before, because anytime there's those whole see where people are at kind of things, it always makes me a little nervous, you know? It's,
Right.
you know,
I hear you.
yeah. Because it's like, you know, somebody could kind of stalk somebody a little bit that way, and yeah.
And I mean, I think it's cool because it's kind of like Periscope, how you could open up the map, you could just like, you know, because I can look at stories of events that are happening.
Yeah.
You know, like there's one right here, it's U2 at the Lumiere, so I bet you if I click on that, it snaps from the concert, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
But it's the whole weirdness of like, oh, here's like, who's this person? Oh, that's our friend Ashley. Oh, an hour ago she was here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. That's kind of my thing. It's like, that's always the way I look at that stuff, is it's always weird to me because it's a little too close to it. Like, how can it be exploited for bad? You know, like, even if it seems good, it's like, you know, on the upside, like you said, you can adjust the settings to where it's just friends or it's certain friends, you know, so if you know, cause we all have like internet friends, but if you wanted to make it just your real life friends, you know,
right.
The people who, if they, you know, texted you, you'd be like, oh, I'm here, you know, so, at least there's that control, you know. It's the same thing, kind of like, you know, I think we talked about it before, but it's like, you see that thing that like Match.com has where it shows, like, if you've passed somebody at a certain place so many times or whatever, and it's like,
right.
I'm always like, that creeps me out a little bit, but, you know, whatever.
It is a little weird.
Yeah. Cause like Tinder will tell you how far away somebody is essentially or whatever, but it doesn't like, you know, if we're downtown at the Black Cloister, it doesn't go, hey, they're at the Black Cloister also, you know, so it just tells you they're like a mile away or whatever, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. It's always weird to me because it just feels like it feels too close to home, you know?
Yeah. Well, like for instance, I'm cause this update just came, I know, a few days ago.
Yeah.
I'm for sure gonna be like, hey Lee, I need to see your Snapchat and adjust the settings.
For sure.
Because I don't want her popping up like, oh, here's where I live.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Weird. I understand. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, either that or like, here, you can know where your mom and I are at.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I like it for the fact that I could pull up a map and I could be like, oh, there's cool snaps happening here.
Right.
Because like I was watching stuff of things that were happening at the Toledo Zoo, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that is a neat idea. I could see like when we've gone to Beer Fest or something, that might be a really cool thing to utilize, you know?
Yeah, because you could look at what other people are posting. That's kind of fun.
Right.
Well, as long as they post it to a story.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, one more thing with social media while we're on the topic. I saw, Did you see that, Instagram added a thing to where you can now save like live posts to where you can post them to where they're available for like 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Like remember before we were like, it doesn't save. It's just once it's done, it's gone.
Yeah.
Now you can, when you're done, there's a little switch, that you can turn on. And if you do, it'll put it into your story for 24 hours.
Fair enough.
Which is better, but still not exactly what we were looking for before.
No. But, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not like Periscope where it's just there.
Yeah.
Unless you decided for it not to be there.
Right. I was going to say, unless it's not.
Well, unless it's not in your camera roll.
Right. So I finally finished Samurai Jack, the final season.
Do.
Yep. And
how was it?
It was good. It was really good.
Good.
Yeah. It's, you know, I really liked how they tied everything together. You know, it's interesting. Like partway through, for part of the season, he has to operate without his sword. You know,
really?
Yeah. So you know, it throws a real challenge in the thing, and I don't want to give away anything else really, but you know, there's other stuff that was really cool, and whoever the guy is that they got to do Aku's voice in this season, because the guy who did originally died. Did a great job, and Aku's got some freaking hilarious lines, you know, through the thing. So, like, he actually gets to a point to where he gets depressed because he's basically been dominating Samurai Jack for so long. He gets depressed because it's just like ho-hum this again kind of a thing.
Oh, it's geez, here we go again, huh?
Yeah, so he just kind of slinks, he gets attacked by this group, he like basically just crushes them, and it's just like, meh, and just, it's just really funny. So I'm sad to see it over, but it's a show that I can go back and watch over and over, because if nothing else, I can't get over the visuals in the show. They're so gorgeous and so cool.
Well, that artwork though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. From just the design standpoint, they're so awesome. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it was, at the end, that single tear rolling down your cheek, cause that's allegedly the end. So.
It's done until they decide to do it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, and also, I finally started American Gods.
Oh, it's about time. I mean, I'm now officially behind, but
I'm through episode 3.
So good.
It was so good. Yeah,
so good.
I was in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna watch the first 2, whatever. I watched 2 and then I was like, God damn it, I want to watch another one. So I watched the third one. And then I was like, I gotta stop or I'm gonna be up all night. I'm gonna watch all 8 episodes if I don't stop,
Right. It's not a terrible thing.
No.
It makes you want to keep hitting. I'm not used to wearing a hat. I keep beaking the thing. Right. Makes you want to reread the book.
Yeah, I'm with Jeannie, and I talked about that, and I was with her. It's like, I think I'm going to wait until the show's probably either well on or done, and then I'll go back and read the book. Cause I honestly, it's been so long since I read the book, I kind of don't remember some of the stuff. So it's kind of a, there's going to be surprises, Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at, cause I'm watching. I'm like, I don't remember this happening.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
It's been a long time since I read it.
The guy playing Wednesday, so good.
Yes.
That guy is so good in that role. All the casting has been great,
the show's fucking terrific.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you haven't started it, I can't recommend it enough. It's
highly recommend.
Yeah. Very, very good so far. But again, it stinks though. It's like, I got all these things I need to watch. Like, Preacher's coming back, so I got to finally finish that season, and Better Call Saul just wrapped up another season, so,
Right.
I gotta watch that. I'll probably watch another episode or 2 of American Gods when we're done here, actually, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent, Brian.
My goal is to be done by next week when we record, but we'll see.
Beauty.
We'll see. I got this other story here that.
Sure. What you got?
It's from Lad Bible, and I'm gonna say this up front because I honestly don't know. I don't feel like looking, but so I'm not 100% sure this is an accurate thing, but I've heard other stories similar to this on the internet. So I think it probably is, or if not, this has been going around a little bit, it says that a guy got sent home from work for wearing shorts, right? Cause it's like ungodly hot. He works in a call center.
Okay.
And he wore a button down and, shorts, and they're like, khaki type shorts, like, well, they're blue, but, they're nice looking shorts. They're not.
Made of the money.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like cargos or, any weird print or something like that.
Right.
They're respectable.
Not like mine. Like my shorts I'm wearing right now are salmon color.
Yeah. Well, salmon would probably be okay. No, it's not. They generally have to be like blue, black, or, tan, I guess.
Right.
Anyway, it says that
meat colored.
That it was, brutally hot. So the guy wore shorts to work. The company playbook says, no, so they sent him home. Like, hey, you got to go home and, you have to, comply. And, so he went home and put a dress on and then went back to work.
Right.
And,
this goes along the lines of the boys in England right now too.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently, they sent him back home for wearing the dress, even though he looked, fabulous in his dress.
I'm sorry.
It looked great. Yeah. Anyway, but
shave his legs from.
No, he certainly didn't. But it was in protest of the fact that, guys can't wear shorts when it's really hot, and, women can't wear, dresses or whatever, which, allow you to be a little cooler or whatever. And
hey, you gotta let that clam breathe.
Listen, we all need breathing down there. It's good for all of us. And
got that right. Tuxedo Speedo, I'm looking at you.
It was a choker.
Oh, by the way, one of Heno's friends dubbed it the Tuxpedo.
Oh, that's nice.
Which, I was like, I don't know how we didn't come up with that.
Yeah, because you're not smart. Yeah, it's
apparently
not. Your blood was cut off. That's how.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Anyway, so he did this in protest, and, they sent him back home because of the dress, because, it's ridiculous or whatever, according to them. And, but they changed the company policy that now allows on extremely hot days for men to be able to wear shorts. As long as they're, nice looking shorts and they're not crazy colored or patterned or anything, which is fine. I'd be okay with that. And he works in a call center,
Right.
But one of the people I talked to in a Twitter room was talking about how her kids are going to school like right now, and it's ridiculously hot, and they have a dress code, and as a result, the boys are sweating to death because they've got to wear pants, and she said she went in and was kind of like, hey, it's ridiculously hot. How about maybe letting all the kids wear their like PE stuff,
right.
so that, they're not dying of heat here. And, apparently she said that, she's a hero for,
for suggesting such a good thing.
Yeah. So,
well, have you seen the boys in England now, right now? It's actually, cause I didn't find out about that. We had, dinner when we were on vacation with this couple from England, cause they have a big, like, returners dinner. And she was telling us how there's a heat wave going on. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was looking at my news just earlier today, or it was yesterday, and there's a school in England that dress code is boys wear trousers.
Yeah.
And it's a massive heat wave going on, right? So the boys are protesting. It started off at 5, that they showed up to school because they borrowed some of their female friends, pleated skirts.
Nice.
And they showed up wearing the uniform shirt and the pleated skirts.
Yeah.
And now it's become a movement in that school.
Good.
Because as it should be.
Now I'm going to say this. Like, I think that what it should be is when it's hot, I think that anyone should be allowed to wear shorts. Like, if girls want to wear shorts, that's fine too, or whatever. Or there needs to be some, like, I don't want this to seem like it's one or the other kind of, like, it's just, when it's that hot, it's ridiculous to have to wear pants for this stuff when you can there's other options,
Exactly, yeah.
And again, as long as it's not like, like I said, this guy works in a call center. None of your customers ever see you, So it's like, if you work in a place where you constantly have customers coming in, sorry about your luck, you're probably just going to have to suck it up, but when you're talking about something where customers don't ever see you, it's like, let him wear shorts.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like I said, it's not like he's like rocking Daisy Dukes or, jorts or something, he at least went in wearing nice looking shorts,
Right.
But it was like when we worked at, Family Video, I remember, you had to wait until it got warm before you were allowed to wear shorts, and like when it was those in between days, it killed me because, you have the giant windows behind you just baking you when you're standing up at the cash wrap or whatever, and I'm standing there and just in pants and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could wear shorts today. It's just awful. And then finally it gets warm enough to where you can. And it's like, any day I can, I'm wearing shorts because I get hot really, really easily. And when I do, I sweat like a motherfucker. So, I'd rather not do that at work or school or wherever if I can help it.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yep. So good on these lads for protesting that because
aye, laddies.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some situations where tough shit, you're just, like you can't, you're not going to be an attorney walking in wearing shorts, like you're going to have to keep the long pants on probably, but.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a kid's school.
Yeah. The comfort of the children should be more important at that. Again, like, I'm not against having the dress codes or whatever. It's just like, but give them a reprieve when it's bloody hot, like.
Yeah. Or include like nice, like my kids at their school, they had uniforms at the elementary school.
Yeah.
Weird. It was like either khaki or blue pants or shorts that reach the knees.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You're going in looking like, what's the name from AC/DC,
Yeah. Angus.
Yeah. Angus. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
You want to have a flashback to our childhood?
Sure.
All right. So do you remember, Brian, when we used to go to Cedar Point as youths?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was the first roller coaster you and I were like, this is fucking sick when we were kids?
Probably the Iron Dragon to me, but...
That's it.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Okay.
So, do you know what they're doing with the Iron Dragon this year?
Real quick, that was the first one I remember them giving a real PR push to. You know? Like, cause before when you'd go, it was like, oh yeah, these coasters have been here like 100 years. And it's like, but then there's the Iron Dragon, you know, so.
So, this year with the Iron Dragon, they're calling it a half and half kind of situation.
Okay.
During the daytime, it's the Iron Dragon.
Okay.
But when darkness falls,
oh boy,
it's the Iron Dragon that you ride wearing VR headsets.
Oh, okay.
How fucking cool is this?
What do the VR headsets do at night? Do you know? Or
it's virtual reality experience while you're on the ride.
Okay. So
it says
I'm assuming they're obviously adding stuff though, because otherwise it's like, why do I need a helmet?
Well, it's like, so what happens in the headsets? I don't give away the entire story. Let's say you're on a wagon and you're carrying something very, very important. So important everyone wants it. Villagers, ogres, other characters. And they'll stop at nothing to get the goods from you.
Okay.
So it basically turns it into something besides you're on a roller coaster.
Okay, so basically what they're doing then is they're kind of making it like the rides at like Universal or whatever. Yeah, okay.
Like augmented reality now.
Okay, cool. That sounds awesome. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I know. It's like, but you know what it's going to be.
Huh.
It's going to be fucking Once Darkness Falls. You know what the line for this one's
going to be brutal for a few years, probably. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, you know what's cool about that though is that ride's been there for, well, like you said, since we were children's, and it's always been a solid ride. It's a good ride. You know,
yeah.
Now it's no big deal. It's one of those. It's like, oh yeah, it's Iron. It's similar to like the Gemini or something. You know, you're just like, whatever. Let's get on it. Cool. You know. It's not necessarily thrilling anymore. So this kind of adds, you know, it freshens it up a bit. That's really cool.
Like, when we went earlier this year, Leah's like, let's ride Iron Dragon. Yeah, okay. And I rode it and I just kind of sat there like, yeah, cool. It's the Iron Dragon.
Yeah, it's never a bad ride. It's just.
It's not a bad ride, but I've been on it so many times. It's like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Right.
But with a VR headset, now it's kind of like, I want to ride it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's like, I know I want to get on board to stay.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Because through the day, you'd be like, you know, or like, we'll get to it or whatever. Or yeah, we're right here. Because a lot of times, like the last few times I went, the lines weren't that long for it. You know, something you can kind of get on and, you know, keep moving if you want to. So, you know, or if you see lines are long on other things, a lot of times you can go hit certain rides and get on them, you know, twice.
Right.
Like the Gemini, usually you don't have to wait very long to get on the Gemini, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool though. I like that idea.
Yeah, right?
And it's brilliant for them because, you know, they don't have to build a whole new ride.
Not at all.
So, yeah, be curious to see, like, I mean, I can't imagine that won't do really well. The only question I'll have is securing the headsets to people.
I have no idea.
Because, I mean, are they going to have a headset that would fit me? I mean, how's that going to work? I mean, a roll of duct tape or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see that too. Yeah, but I read that. Well, I originally, this morning when I was just killing some time waiting for Gene to wake up, I was just flipping through.
Right.
And a post came up about VR roller coasters. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then just randomly stumbled across a story that they're doing it at Cedar Point. It's like, oh, well, shit, now I got to talk about it because it's local.
Right.
And hopefully I'll be able to experience it this summer, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, too. I mean, even though it's local, I mean, Cedar Point's one of, you know, the best roller coaster places in the country, world, whatever.
America's roller coaster.
Yeah. I mean, it's always ranked in the top group of roller coaster, or, you know, amusement, whatever they're called, roller coaster parks, amusement parks, whatever they classify it as. So, you know.
Prostate ticklers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't remember them being ranked on that, but all right. I haven't looked at the new rankings. They just came through on my phone. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. ProstateRankers.com app just updated.
Right. Finally.
Jeez.
Been waiting all day. That's really cool, though. I like that.
I threw a little thing on Facebook just saying, hey, we're going to record it. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear about?
Yeah.
I was going to go real quick because people stopped talking on it. So I'm going to real quick just go down the list of what people want to talk about.
I figured Classy Wang would be the whole post.
It should be.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, it's not.
We've already covered that, though.
Brigger from Hobie, he wants to talk about the new healthcare proposal.
Yeah, that's not for us.
That's not our style.
No. I could talk about it a long time, but first of all, that feels more like something I'd talk about on the Crazy Life, and still, nah. I'd rather not.
Our friend, our Canadian pal, Monica, she wants to hear about, she said no to Tuxedo Speedos.
That too late.
I had to let her know, that's like, it's already kind of talking about it. And it's a whole rigmarole about stuff.
Now,
but she did say, how about we talk about us coming to go visit her in Vancouver? That they're a tuxedo free city.
Yep.
But it's legal to walk around topless. Go figure.
Well, there you go. I guess you can go topless while you're up there.
I guess.
Yep.
I do believe to like properly balance it out, we should be able to like hang our balls out or something.
I don't think it quite works the same way. I guess.
We put little nipple stickers.
Like people were doing on Instagram for a while, remember? Where women were putting male nipple stickers over it. That was so great.
That was great.
One of my favorite, like, protests to the free the nipple thing.
Free the nipple.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess there you go. You've put your terms out there.
The car window.
You've put your terms out there. Her city needs to allow you to walk around balls free.
Yep.
Otherwise, no dice. Is that the?
No dice.
All
no
right.
dice. Sorry, Vancouver.
That's a tough bargain.
These testicles can't drag across your sidewalk. I'll tell you.
From what I've heard of their sidewalks, you may not want to drag them. You might want to get a little something, a little toboggan or something to.
Neil from Daftbot says Tuxedo Speedos, which Brigger seconded.
You mean Tuxpedos, right?
Tuxpedos. I keep saying Tuxpedos.
Right.
Tuxpedos.
Tuxpedos, yeah.
And then Philip, our pal, he says jerk chicken, which is delicious.
All right, well.
And as the jerk sauce, excellent for French fries.
Now, here's the question. So, did you have various jerked things while you were in Jamaica? That sounded really bad.
Terrible.
Oh, my.
I did a little jerk chicken. They offer a jerk hamburger for lunch.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that's not real good there.
Okay.
The burger sucks.
Okay.
But, yeah, of course. I mean, I try to eat the local goods.
Yeah.
I really want to get jerk chicken that is off the property, though, like from, some little side, or it's probably not even chicken, it's probably some sort of lizard or something, or whatever. I'll check it out.
Yeah, chicken spelled weird. Yeah. You're like, it's probably just because they're not good at English here or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being the terrible.
Some sort of jerk iguana sauce or something.
I don't know. It might be alright.
Might be alright.
Yeah.
Might be alright, or it might shit blood for a week and a half.
That might be alright too. Think about it this way. You won't have to, probably won't have to worry about the 13 pounds if you're shitting blood for a week.
Accurate.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, silver line. That's
silver. It's not silver at all.
It's not silver at all. Yeah.
Just that, like, almost black red.
Oh God. Oh man. All right. So, anything else on the Facebook?
That was about it for the little post I threw up earlier before we recorded.
All right. I got nothing else. You got anything else?
No, I got everything I wrote down covered.
All right. Well, I got one last thing for us to talk about. And this actually happened well before you left for vacation.
Oh, all right.
Which was, we got to talk real quick about the dude at trivia.
Yes. I almost forgot about this.
I did too. So.
All right.
Oh, man. So we're at trivia and a question was posed, what was the question? How many megabytes are in a...
How many megabytes are in a gigabyte?
Gigabyte, there you go, right.
Yeah.
And, I said 1,000 and, we all agreed basically that it was 1,000. So that was the answer that went forward. And, it was funny because, we got it right. And, this guy who had been walking around near us, comes up and he had got it wrong because he put, I forgot what hit number he gave, but he was basically making the argument that memory goes in doubles. You know, it goes 56, 128, 256, you know, like that. And, that it should actually be 1 point, was it 1 point, forgot, like a bunch of zeros and then 4 or something like that, or one, you know, some other number. And he actually, I think he's actually right, but I think it's also, like, it's weird because 1,000 is also correct. And when you look online, you can find both as your answer.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Which is very weird.
Right. And the guy running the trivia, the answer he had was 1,000. And when he looked it up, it showed 1,000. Like, there's a calculator, which was funny because, you know, well, anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. But this guy just kept arguing. Like, he's talking with us, and I'm like, I kind of think you're right, but, you know, what? I think you're right. But, you know, whatever. The guy who's running the trivia, if he says you're wrong, you're wrong. I mean, that's really how it has to be.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
He hasn't, it's like, it's, you know, I said to somebody else, it's like being in school. You might think you have the right answer, but if the teacher's answer book says it's wrong, it's wrong.
Right.
You know, kind of a deal. And realistically, like I said, you know, you can find both pop up online when you search. So this is very strange. Anyway, the guy just kept arguing. Like, he was telling us with it, and then he walked away. Then he walked up to somebody else, or no, he went back up to Corey.
With his phone.
Yeah, with his phone, argued some more, to which Corey was basically like, you know, dude, let it go. You're wrong, you know? So then he walks away, and then he was talking to somebody at the bar about it, or the table behind us. I can't remember. He talked to like 5 different people or groups about how he was right. And other people approached also saying that, you know, the same thing.
It really turned into a whole event.
Right. And like I said, my feeling on it would have been, if I'm Corey, I probably would have just given everybody credit, since you can find either answer.
Unfortunately, it turned into a conflict.
Yeah.
Where it was like, which I got where the dude was coming from, but he was coming at it the wrong way, to the point that as the judge and the guy running trivia, I also would have been like, fuck you, I'm right.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
Who's running the show? That's me? Yeah. I'm right.
Yeah. Exactly. And he's got things that say his answer, you know, Corey, the guy running it, has something saying this is correct. Like, you know, so he's not just arbitrarily telling this guy he's wrong. He's got something telling him that the answer is 1,000, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, we're kind of sitting there just watching this, and we're just like, dude, let it go, you know? But he goes back up to Corey one more time for his Hail Mary, but he's being a real dick. And when he does this, Corey, I can't remember what he said to him, but I remember him kind of snapping a little at him. And then the dude turns around and just throws his dry erase board.
Yeah.
You know? And then he goes back over there and picks it up, and then wants to play in the final round, which was beautiful, because Corey's like, oh, you're actually going to play? Or are you going to throw your board like a baby?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
he asked him, he's like, oh, you didn't read my final score. And he's like, oh, well, I disqualified you when you threw your board.
Yeah, which is exactly what should happen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like if you're going to do that kind of shit, you really have no place at the bar. You know, like,
exactly.
I kind of feel like you should be removed at that point, or asked to leave at least, you know, like, hey, you either, you know, like, or at least that quick, like, I need you to calm down or you're out of here, basically, you know, but whatever. But this guy, by him arguing like this, and the way he argued it, unfortunately, was like I said, when he first approached it, I was like, oh shit, Corey got nerd rage up. And, and it reminds you of, you know, all the bad stereotypes about nerds and being right, and asking those silly questions of like Star Trek actors and stuff like that. It kind of comes to those things. And the problem is, like I said, you can probably either one, there's, like I said, if you search on your phone, you can find either one. But what that guy did by arguing that way was those other people who agreed with him, they were being nice about it, like going, dude, it says this, you know?
Right.
He made it to where there was no chance in hell they were going to get any credit for their answer.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Because he was he approached it so badly that Corey, like you said, got to a point that he was like, fuck you, you know? Like, go away. And as a result, everyone else that came up felt like piling. You could look at Corey and tell he was feeling like piled on. You could just see that he wanted to just yell, you know what, guys? Fuck all y'all. And I'll give him credit because he only snapped kind of on the one guy. Everybody else he was super chill with because they were pretty cool to him. You know, they were just arguing their point, but it's like, dude, I've already heard this, and you know. But so when we go to leave, this guy's outside, and some other dude just shows up, and when he does, this guy stops him and then asks him the question. And we're like, come on, dude, let it go already, you know? Like, you're wrong, just whatever. Even if you're right, who cares? It's fucking trivia. This isn't...
It's free trivia.
Yeah, this isn't like you can't get into like MIT now or something because you got something wrong, or you didn't fail a job interview. It's like, dude, let it go. Like, at best, he may have ended up in third place, which is $10 fucking.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you do play for prizes, but it's only in like bar cash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he at best would have had $10. It's like, really? Again, it's like I've talked about this over in the Crazy Life. It's like, this is the sword you want, or the hill you want to die on? Like, really? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Is your response appropriate in this environment? No, it's not. But the best part of this whole thing was the next day. I remembered that I wanted to follow the Facebook thing because they post clues for each week.
Right.
So when I went to follow it, I saw that there was a post that showed from the internet like a calculator to where you can basically type in how many megabytes, and it will give you a megabytes to gigabytes conversion. So if you typed in like 2,400 megabytes, it'll tell you how much that is in gigabytes. And Corey had typed in, or someone had typed in 1,000, or not 1,000, I'm sorry, but whatever the conversion thing was.
Like 1,000, wasn't it like how many gigabytes is 1,024 megabytes, which is what the guy kept saying it was?
Right. And and it just proved that Corey was right. And I screen capped it and sent it to Tony, and I was like, Corey's savage.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, man, just, so, you know what, just don't be that person, folks. I mean, you know, we all want to be right, but it's
at the same time.
You want to be right, but do you want to be an asshole to say, let it go, you know? I mean, we've all had our moments.
It's a lesson I need to learn myself half the time.
Yeah, right? Well, especially like this, because it's different if you're arguing like amongst your team or something like that, but it's like, dude, you're arguing with the DM here, you know?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
You don't win. It's just, realistically, whatever he says is the correct answer goes, and you just gotta understand that going in. There's been a couple times where we were kind of like, what about the, you know, like to where something's not felt right. And there's been a couple I've looked up later and seen that it was kind of a gray area to where I probably could have argued a point, but whatever, you know, who cares? It's not worth
exactly.
it.
Who cares?
Yeah. Plus Corey's a cool dude. I don't want to go be a shithead to him. That's more of my,
exactly.
You know,
he's a very chill dude.
Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever is right.
All right. So, let's do a Q of the W.
Q to W.
Unless you got something else to add to all that stuff.
I don't think so.
All right, then. Let's do the Q of the W, then.
So, 2 weeks ago, we asked you what TV show deserves its own open world video game.
Yes.
And y'all Facebookers responded with, Jared, he says, Walking Dead needs a good open world game focusing on new characters that could cross paths with the book/TV regulars.
You know what?
Real
quick, that could be a really cool idea, especially if partway through you know how on like the last GTA, how there's the 3 characters and you use different ones for different things?
Yeah.
That could be kind of a cool thing to do in The Walking Dead also. You know?
I can see that, like switch between, I don't know their names because I barely watched, Crossbow Guy and
Daryl, right?
Yeah, and fucking
Rick.
I woke up out of a coma, dude.
Rick,
and
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Them guys.
You were right on it.
He says the Telltale games are great, but there needs to be more.
Yeah, he's right. The Telltale games are fun, but they're really limited. Like, it's more like most of the time it's like hit this button and then your guy throws a punch. Or it's like, do this to make this decision, which are cool, but you don't really do much in those games. You know?
Yeah, open worlds would be way better.
Yeah, I agree.
Think Red Dead Redemption with the zombie add-on, right? That was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I was thinking of. And then, like I said, with the GTA twist where you could kind of do, you know, and then for like multiplayer, you could have cool stuff like you have to go on runs to try to get more supplies, or you run into other factions that, you know, you have to raid them or fight with them. You know, there'd be a lot of really cool stuff you could do with that concept.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. What else we got?
Dev. He says 2 words. Golden Girls. And then he responds with, or American Gods. They're both pretty good.
I like that. Just the idea of playing through a day in the Golden Girls, though. It's just...
It's so silly.
Yeah.
And then Jeff from Hobie, he says Parks and Rec. Pawnee needs to be explored.
Okay, so if you're playing Parks and Rec,
Uh-huh.
are you just playing as generic character that is in the city, or are you playing as one of the characters in the game? Or show, I mean.
I think it would be better if you came in as like generic character.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah. And everybody are basically NPCs that interact with you.
Yeah, because the characters are so good in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That it feels like you'd want to interact with them and not be them.
Right, exactly. So,
Yeah.
alright. I'm with you on that.
That'd be my
Or
thought.
you're just little Sebastian. So, yeah.
That would be the best game ever.
Sweet. Alright.
Or that'd be a cheat code.
Ooh, that'd be interesting, yeah.
It'd be like God mode.
Right.
Because Pawnee loves little Sebastian.
They do. You're right. The whole game you have to be careful so you don't get jammed, and
Yeah. Yes.
I like this idea.
Exactly.
All right. I don't know, man.
All right, there you go. So that's that is the Facebook answers I have.
I got
What do you
nothing.
get?
I got nothing over on Twitter because I'm sad.
So sad.
Fluffy Bunny Ash sent that hers would be basically any 80s, early 90s Saturday morning cartoon, like Ghostbusters, He-Man, Ninja Turtles, G.I.
Wait,
Joe.
hold on. Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Or the real Ghostbusters?
Well, you know, the
Because
Ghostbusters.
the Saturday morning cartoon can go either way.
Yeah, there was that one of those cartoons. I don't remember which one now. One of
That
those.
one had a gorilla with a goddamn like ranger hat on as a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, that was your favorite one. No,
Yeah,
no, not at all. Ghostbusters would be a lot of fun, though. You know,
they kind of had it. It was an open world,
Yeah,
but they had a
that's-
Ghostbusters game.
right? I know. That's what I mean, the open world part of it would be kind of fun, though, because you could have like your main quest and then side ghosts.
Like ghosts and shit. to
Yeah,
catch.
just different shit to deal with. Yeah, so
So I'm trying to think of a Saturday morning cartoon from our age.
right now she put like He-Man, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe,
Ooh, G.I. Joe might be cool.
X-Men.
I can kind of see X-Men too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, some of these seem almost too mission-based though.
Yeah, that's the only problem is like even Spider-Man, the open world Spider. I don't know if you remember the one from years ago, which is a
Yeah, dude.
great game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go finger myself thinking about it.
Okay then. Wow.
Game was great.
It really was. It was a lot of fun to play. But it was like after a while, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm swinging around. All right. You know, like I need missions because it's just swinging around. You know, it's kind of like, you know, like GTA before they had like where you could go do anything else. It's like, okay, well, I'm just driving around. Eventually that gets old. You know, I need,
yeah, for sure.
I need some missions here. But then when they added the other stuff like the bowling and darts and pool and, you know, or like golf in the new one and stuff, you know, it's like, I kind of like those because you can go have, you know, just be silly even if you don't really want to play missions then. But in Spider-Man, it was kind of like you kind of had to do missions or just randomly swing around. So.
Right.
But the game was great. Just got bored.
So what if there's a G.I. Joe open world game and you go in as a grunt, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got to do G.I. Joe things like Cobra.
Right. Like come up with a silly code name and uniform.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I get you.
And then later they could do like a Cobra add-on and you could be a Cobra guy.
That would be cool. To where
Yeah.
you could, or just straight from the beginning, much like with like, Knights of the Old Republic, you know, where you could
Oh, yeah, there you
choose
go.
one way or the other, you know? or Diablo, or not Diablo, Fable. Jeez, why did I say Diablo?
I kind of want to have a G.I. Joe game now.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that. Oh man. But you're right, you gotta be...
G.I. Joe's in the garbage can.
Okay.
Gummy bears. Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
That's a lot of bouncing.
Fuck yeah, it is.
You're right though, gummy bears for the win. No, probably.
It'd be like the Assassin's Creed mechanics, but bouncing.
How do you... I just like the idea of trying to stealthily bounce. Oh, shit.
Well, not the stealth part, just like the parkour part.
Okay. All right. Parkour. Right.
Right. Until they don't have, was it gummy juice, which sounds horrible?
I don't remember what it was.
I think it was gummy juice.
That sounds terrible.
Which they're the gummy bears. Is that the elder gummy bear just like jerking off in a bottle?
No, actually, they express it from their anal glands. And I don't got nothing.
Explains the gaminess.
Yeah. It's from all it's what keeps them lubricated when they're bouncing. Otherwise, their back end would be dry all the time. And then
I forgot they did bounce on their asses.
Right. Until they get calluses built, and then you're okay. But,
the old ass callus.
Yeah. Ouch.
Ouch is right.
All right. Well, that's what we got for the Q of the W for that one. So I'm watching American Gods, and this has to do with the Q of the W. I'm watching American Gods, and at the end of episode, I think it's episode 2, they have a song like at the end of each of the episodes, and
right.
The one at the end of episode 2 was what's it called? In the Spires, I think is the name of the song, kind of, but it's also called. It was on Nirvana's Unplugged album called "Where Did You Sleep Last Night."
Right.
And it's the same song. It's an old folk song that goes back from what I read last night to like the 1800s or whatever. And it's been covered a bunch of times. And I remember like when I heard the guy singing it, I was like, oh man, I gotta go listen to the Nirvana version of this now. So I listened to that. So my Q of the W is essentially, what is your favorite cover song?
Ooh.
Because I know everybody, like there's some that are just really stand out, like the ones that, we were talking about this in a group I'm in a little bit, Marilyn Manson Tainted Love is one that I actually think is better than the original. There's a bunch of songs like that. And, the one that's probably a lot of people's favorite, Hurt by Johnny Cash, of course, is fucking awesome. What do you think?
Wow, that's a tough one, Brian. Shit, that is a really hard question.
Right? Honestly, do you know what mine is? Mine's pretty simple.
What you got?
There's probably better ones and stuff, but the one that really stands out into my head that every time I hear it, I absolutely love it, which is, there's two that are really at this level for me. One is, Turn the Page by Metallica.
Oh, okay.
As much as I love Bob Seger, I love the Metallica one. And the other is a Metallica one that I really love too, and always have, is Stone Cold Crazy.
That's, covering Queen.
Yeah. As much as I love the Queen version, I like the Metallica version better. And I could probably go on and on. There's a bunch of covers that are great. Those are two that have always kind of stood out for me.
I think the one that's popping in my head is, as much as I love Hurt, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I do love that song.
Yeah.
I really like when he covered Rusty Cage.
Oh yeah, that's a good cover too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really surprised. When you first see the name Johnny Cash and Rusty Cage come up, and I was like, I don't know about this, because you think of the Soundgarden version, and it's
right.
You're like, I don't know about this, and then you're like, wow, he made it his own, and it's a good cover.
I'm like you said, there's so many covers that are rushing through my head, but that's the one that I keep going back to. I'm
gonna go. I think it was on 12 for a Penny.
Anything off the Spaghetti Incident?
What do you call it? The Rolling Stones song. Oh shit, I can't think of the name of the song. It's at the very end of Interview with a Vampire. It's I
don't remember what they call it anymore.
I can't think it. It's It's the one about being the devil. I can't think of the name of the song.
Shit. It's a great song.
Yeah. Like, I love the Rolling Stones. I dig the GNR one, too. I just can't think of the damn name of that song. Totally blanking on it. People listening going, you idiot, come on.
Fuck me. No, I'm looking.
Oh, you're looking? Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember now either.
Yeah. But, there's other ones that are like, do you remember on, what was it?
Sympathy for the Devil.
There you go.
Duh.
Yeah. Like in the movie Stir of Echoes, there's a group called Job that did a cover of Paint It Black that I dug. And,
you mean Gob?
That's how it's spelled. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you can just go on and on. I was just kind of curious.
Well, I'm even reflecting on the entire Nativity in Black album.
I know.
All the Black Sabbath covers.
And honestly, my favorite of all those covers is Paranoid by Megadeth.
I really like Children of the Grave, White Zombie.
Oh, yeah, that's good too. Yeah, I loved Paranoid because in Paranoid's one, I actually prefer the Megadeth version. I like the faster guitars and
faster guitars.
Yep. Nick! Right? I think it just adds to the song. But yeah. You could even go with shit like All Along the Watchtower, because technically it's a Dylan song, or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I thought this would be kind of a fun one. I know they did a whole episode on cover songs over on 12 for a Penny, so the people I'll ask will probably give similar answers, but I didn't care. I like this anyway. I put up on a post up on Instagram, for me. I should put it up on, our Instagram and also if people want to answer. Yeah. So we'll see. I saw a couple, like some of the people in the one group I'm in, mentioned like, oh shit, I can't think who did it now. House of the Rising Sun, can't think of the band now.
Was it the Animals that did that?
No, like a cover of it.
Oh, a new cover?
Yeah, okay. Newer cover, I can't remember. But there's a few that popped up that, I thought were good and stuff too, so.
Well, I just pulled up a list. And internet lists are. Mm-hmm.
Also, real quick, on that Nirvana album, it's got Man Who Sold the World also, which is a Bowie song that is fucking awesome. The Nirvana cover of.
An incredible song. Yeah. Both of them are.
Right.
So I pulled up this thing. It's from Paste Magazine, and it's the 50 cover songs that are better than the originals. I just skipped to the top 10. You want to go through them real quick?
Yeah, let's hear
them. The Byrds covered Mr. Tambourine Man by Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Right? What the fuck? I don't want your pop-up bullshit. Elvis Costello covered Peace, Love, and Understanding by Nick Lowe.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know if I've ever heard that. I probably have. I just can't picture it.
Joe Cocker, who used to play on my Blood Bowl team as Joe Cockerblocker.
Right.
He covered With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles.
Oh, right. Oh my God. You know what? I just thought of another one, but, all right, go ahead.
Mark Ronson with Amy Winehouse covered Valerie by the Zootons.
Okay. Man, I don't think I've heard these.
I know, as I was like,
I may have to go listen to
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, they covered I Love Rock and Roll by the Arrows. I didn't know that was a cover.
I didn't either, but I certainly know that song, yeah.
Yeah. The Clash covered I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four.
Yep, I remember that one, yep.
Jeff Buckley covered Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
Oh, that's true, yeah, because... Yeah, that's, and actually I think was a more, or was it, I don't remember anyway, yeah.
Sinead O'Connor covered Nothing Compares to You, which is by Prince.
Yeah. I don't remember if Prince released that before her, though.
I know
he definitely wrote, I don't know, I'm just, whatever, anyway, moving.
Hendrix, All on the Watchtower, Dylan, which we already covered.
Sure, yeah.
And number one is Hurt. Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I think that's probably number one on a lot of people.
If you don't know, I guess people don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, another one that really popped into my head was there's was it? Is it Soundgarden that did Helter Skelter? Or is it just Cornell? I know a bunch of people have covered Helter Skelter. But
it might have been Soundgarden. Yeah.
Okay. I'm typing it in as we speak. So.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll have to move on because we're already over on our time for the week, but we didn't really have a show last week. Yep. I thought so. yeah, I guess, like you can look all these different, versions of it, various bands. So, it says Motley Crue's covered it, U2 covered it, which I remember U2 covering it. But I love Chris Cornell singing that song. So,
right.
Aerosmith covered it too.
Oh,
or no, I'm sorry. They did Come Together. Maybe that, so my fault. But yeah, I dig Chris Cornell singing the hell out of that song because, that's what Chris Cornell did.
It is what Chris Cornell does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're right, not does. It did.
Yeah, it did. So, well, anytime you listen to it, it's still getting it done. So, whatever. So, all right. Well, there you go. Cue the W for this week. What's your favorite cover song?
Show me what you got.
Boom.
Indeed. So yeah, I guess that's it. Head to saltylanguage.com, check out all the links, and, let us know, like we said, what your favorite cover song is. If you reply on the Twitter to that, if you reply to our post, that's cool. If you reply on your own, please use the hashtag Q of the W so that it's easier to find.
Indeed.
While you're on the website, if you want to help the show out a little bit, we have a Patreon link where you can go over to patreon.com/saltylanguage and maybe throw a couple bucks at us or whatever to help us out.
Couple shekels.
Yeah, there's various tiers of rewards and whatnot over there you can go check out. And for the record, Philip, who pledged to us, or became a patron, whatever you want to call it, we'll be doing the reward stuff for him soon, including a god-awful movie that we have to watch.
Yes, indeed.
That son of a bitch. Anyway, so, you could do that. Or if you can't do that, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, there's an Amazon link on there. If you could click that first, then go to Amazon, or it'll take you to Amazon, then you just shop as usual. And it doesn't cost you anything else, and they throw a little bit our way.
Yeah. Dispense pennies in our direction.
Yes. They just snatch gold from the air, Tony.
They do, Brian.
So, what am I forgetting? Oh, also, if you're on iTunes, please rate us, review, subscribe if you haven't already. And what am I forgetting? Oh, if you're using Stitcher or one of those other podcast apps, please click the like or share button on there or whatever, because that helps us get found in searches a little bit easier.
Absolutely. Also, if you want to be like our boy Prado, leave a voicemail, 415-857-2589.
Yeah. And also, and the other thing, if you want to help the show, please retweet our tweets that go out. Just help spread awareness for the program, if you would.
Exactly.
And, while you're on the website, you can see our, networks that we're part of, the Tangent Bound Network. And, we're on the Geek Life Radio, playlist. And...
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
So nice to have that back. Danger Entertainment. I didn't have it last week, so,
So sad.
I'm sure people were just tearing their hair out because they didn't know what to do. So yeah, check those out, and there's a bunch of other podcasts on there that may tickle your fancies.
Ooh, all the fancies.
Yeah, and if you want to contact the show, hit us up on Twitter at @salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I am at Monotony. Also do a little Snapchat. It's at @salty_language.
Yeah, I'm at Ninjitsu.
Boom.
And again, anything else you want to find is on the website.
Indeed.
Or whatever. And, I think that about does it, right?
I believe so, Brian.
I'm forgetting. I can't think of anything, so. Alright, well, I guess until next time, have beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty?
And, keep your wangs classy.
Goddamn classy wangs.
Yep.